spends literally every waking moment on social media. And despite those admissions, the voting public still went with him to the tune of 96%.
Game on.
Incredible. I don't know if I'm more impressed with the old man or more embarrassed by Hawk. Honestly, who does that say more about? I know this. James Kelly better move that line. Because the sharps, the wise guys, and the public, pretty much everybody is going Ike on this one. And so am I. You got to update that line, big head. Update it and be ready for Wednesday because the clones want your picks going into the Thanksgiving weekend.
Bring it on.
Dear Romy, it's not the Gators you need to worry about. Regards, Steve Irwin.
Cracky.
Denny in the 402. John in New York tweets, there is no doubt that Florida man and Slorome in Houston are at minimum first cousins. Hey, Rome, David Webb changed his name to Jason Bourne because he was afraid of Richard Wilbanks. Francis in Glendale. War Rich Flores using gummy worms as bait. Huge call brought to you by the Capital One Venture Card. You can earn 100,000 bonus miles that you can actually use, redeemable for vacation rentals, car rentals, and more when you spend $20,000 in your first year. What is in your wallet? Limited time offer. Terms do apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. It's a short week. You're running out of time. I better see you up in here tomorrow. My thanks to Mike Silver, Austin Hooper, and Chris Mannix. Aaron Rodgers will be on tomorrow. So we're looking forward to that. It is a short week. Thank you for listening. Have a tremendous day. If you're looking for something to do also, spin episode 152 of the Jim Rome Podcast. Justin Thomas is my guest. Look for that. See you tomorrow. We're out.
I have to do laundry when I get home. I have to lug all my clothes over to the washing machine. Then I get to put them in the dryer. And accidentally shrink my cashmere sweater again.
Motorcycles make everything exciting. And when Geico makes it easy to switch and save on motorcycle insurance, it's even more exciting.
I'm gonna fold all my socks into little balls! Yeah!
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Before you drive the all-new Nissan Rogue, you gotta ask yourself, how rogue are you gonna go? We talking find your spirit animal in the desert rogue? Build an igloo in the middle of nowhere rogue? Or take the long way home just because kind of rogue? Just a question, but with 5 available drive modes, you're sure to find the answer.
Go rogue in the all-new, fiercely reimagined 2021 Nissan Rogue, now with the most standard safety features in its class. See Owner's Manual for important safety information. Auto Pacific segmentation. 2021 Nissan Rogue versus latest in market competitors. Base models compared.
The fun place to dine out with friends and family is Familia. Familia has something for everyone and offers favorites like New York-style pizza, lasagna, homemade meatballs, plus new specials like chicken parm alfredo, mahi fish and chips, chicken piccata, veggie burger, butternut squash ravioli, and more. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Banking is banking until service is not the same. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust, and this year has been unusual, but we have continued to focus on what has always been important to us, our customers. When businesses needed access to the Paycheck Protection Program, our team of local bankers worked around the clock to successfully keep our customers open and their employees working. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? We are Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is former ECU tight end Bryce Williams from my friends at the Auto Store Group. If you're in the market for a quality used vehicle, then the Auto Store Group is for you. The Auto Store Group has 3 locations and over 150 quality used vehicles to choose from for all budgets. Shop their entire inventory today at theautostoregroup.com. And remember, every purchase comes with a free bucket of fun. The Auto Store Group, your hometown store in Pirate owned and operated for over 38 years. Go Pirates!
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Hey parents, are you racking your brain of what to do for your child's next birthday party? Do you need help with after-school care and homework assistance? This is Ashley from the Warrior Zone, Greenville's first ever and only Ninja Warrior training facility. Our authentic Ninja Warrior training facility is the perfect place for birthday parties, team building, youth group nights, and after-school care. Our motto at the Warrior Zone is where community, fun, and fitness collide. What are you waiting for? The Warrior Zone, Old Tar Road next to Planton C, and warriorzone.ninja.
Hi, this is Scott Muller with Clean Eats. Carol and I would like to personally thank all of you for supporting Clean Eats so well through these tough times. We are blessed to have such a great community helping us weather the storm. If you're having trouble consistently eating healthy, go to cleaneats.com and click on meal plans and give our tasty and affordable meals a try. Or stop by the cafe for lunch and let us show you just how simple and easy it is to get started and stay on track. Clean Eats, it's a lifestyle. 805 Red Banks Road, Arlington Village.
The Shine Factory of Greenville is excited to announce their new mini detail stations are now available at each vacuum station. That's right, after you get the outside of your vehicle cleaned, you can now detail the inside of it with free air freshener, leather cleaner, and tire shine. Join the Shine Factory's Unlimited Wash Club for as low as $20 a month and free mini detail services after every wash. The Shine Factory, where customer service is always number one. The Shine Factory, open daily from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. on Memorial Drive across from Lowe's.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello everyone, welcome into Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Clip Brock here with you, glad to be back in the captain's chair here on Pirate Radio, 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington, online, pr927fm.com. We are on Facebook Live. You can watch us on YouTube Live and subscribe to Pirate Radio TV so you can watch all of our local programs like this show, The Brian Bailey Show, the Bud Light Pregame Tailgate, and the U.S. Cellular Fifth Quarter Call-In Show. We're with you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week on Pirate Radio Live. We'll have some NFL for you coming up on Thursday, a best of show on Friday, and a lot to get to on today's program. We've got Double B, Brian Bailey, coming up at 3:30 later on this afternoon at 4 o'clock. The big man on campus from Barstool Sports. We'll talk some college hoops and some NFL, some college football. Ronnie Woodward is in at 4:15, and Troy D will join me at 5 o'clock. We'll have the big calls from the U.S. Cellular Fifth Quarter Call-In Show, as it is Victory Monday. Pirates win. Washington football team wins. Panthers win. Dolphins loser. Sorry, Shirley. Not everyone can be a winner. There's a winner, there's a loser. Somebody's got to be a loser. Today it's you.
Somebody explain to me how the hell you lose to the Denver Broncos.
All right, we'll break it down with Igo on Tuesday.
I don't know. I was listening to y'all's picks on last week, and it sounded like you guys are not winners either when it comes to picking games with Tony Dunn, Clip, and Chandler.
I finally decided to get on the Dolphins wagon, and should have stayed off of it, apparently.
Props to you on the Texans pick, though. I like the way you go opposite. I like to pick teams that lose the week before.
Sure.
Or win the week before against their. So you had some philosophical moments there during your picks. I enjoyed that, but always a classic moment. And Tua Tom in there by Chandler.
It never came 2 o'clock.
His joke messed up and his pick messed up.
It came to Tua bench.
Ryan Fitzpatrick got in. We'll start with the Pirates, Ellerbe.
Victory Monday.
I'll say this, and I tend to agree with it. People were happier after the loss to Tulsa than they were after the win on Saturday.
I don't get it. I still
I kind of get it.
Well, it's a win. I mean,
it is a win in the record books.
It is, and I mean, a win's a win. This team. I mean, you want to reflect. I mean, we could sit around and say, hey, what if this team would have beat Tulsa and Navy? They'd be 4-4 right now, going into critical game number 9. But the Pirates flew up there. The crazy delay of the game. I mean, that ranks up there as bizarre as the calls in the Tulsa game, in my opinion, of the way that it was handled, of what's going on, and 50 minutes, and then they came right out and boom, kicked the game off, and after they pulled this player out of the Temple lineup. It was bizarre, but to me, the W is in Victory Monday here, Clip, and I'm happy with it.
When they had the delay, I was about 97-3. 97% sure the game wasn't going to be played, 3% that the game was actually going to be played. I was actually shocked when they kicked it off at 12:50.
I mean, how many scenarios were you running what you were getting ready to do with the rest of your day? No fifth quarter. Let me see who's playing now. Maybe.
Well, I was kind of bummed. I'd already done a 4-hour pregame show. I didn't want it to go to waste. Right. So I was really hoping to get the game in and get a fifth quarter in, and glad we were able to do that. But, yeah, I was driving on the way home kind of with my thoughts, what are we doing? I heard Shirley say she was, at Target or something, and she saw everything going on and said, wait, should I go back to the studio? Should we be talking about, what do we do? We've never had this situation before.
Yeah, my niece's birthday is tomorrow, and I was birthday shopping, and all of a sudden I get this text, and they said that, we might not be playing this game, and I'm standing in the middle of Target. I'm like, okay, so does that mean I need to go back to the studio? What are we doing?
What do we do?
Yeah, well, what we did, we waited it out. The Pirates played, and Tyler Snead had a hell of a game, and the Pirates won 28-3. And was it against the Temple regulars? No, but look, they went on the road. They've won 2 games on the road this year, and now they have an opportunity to see if they can take that momentum and do something with it against a pretty good SMU team.
The pregame was wild too. The last hour was just kind of updating on what was happening up in Philadelphia, and man, you want to talk about looking pitiful. Temple with their true freshman walk-on quarterback, 5th stringer. I mean, I did at a few points in the game feel bad for him, but then it was like, screw it.
Nah.
It's happened to us too, forget about it. But man, they were brutal offensively, and ECU did what they were supposed to do. They should have had a shutout, Ellerbe, if not for a turnover and then a 4-play 7-yard drive that led to a Temple field goal. They would have been blanked on Saturday.
You want to feel bad for Temple? Feel bad for them this week when they host Cincinnati.
Yeah, what's that line going to be? I guess it depends on who the quarterback is.
I think Temple's got to be figured. I mean, they got a holiday week. They're hosting a team that is looking for style points to get into the college football playoff. And it's just, I mean, if you want to feel sorry for a team this week, feel sorry for a team that's getting ready to face a team called Cincinnati. The Pirates, look, they got to win. They celebrated. This team hadn't had a lot of victories over the last 5 or 6 years, as everybody knows. And look, it's on to the SMU Mustangs now, and they're going to have to play a lot better, obviously, than what they did on Saturday. But certainly some some things stood out that this Pirate football team can hopefully build on. And hey, look, something they weren't able to do last year, Clip Brock, finish at home on an uptick after Tulsa came in here and kind of throttled the Pirates. So you don't want to get throttled again on Thanksgiving weekend, even if it's going to be in front of 3,500 people. So that's the challenge to Mike Houston, Blake Harrell, Donnie Kirkpatrick, and the entire East Carolina football program right now is be hungry to beat the Mustangs.
Redbeard says, no need to be mad. He doesn't know why people are mad. We can now listen to Outcast on Pirate Radio. The Outcast curse has been lifted, as has the Temple curse. And Ellerbe, I've got so many flashbacks to earlier this year and to last year. ECU giving the fans and giving themselves something to be happy about, something to be thankful for heading into Thanksgiving, and then they play a team that is tough and get blown out like you just talked about. And if I had to pick, I would take SMU minus the points right now, because ECU has to prove they can sustain some type of success. They can win a couple in a row. They can beat a team with a winning record, which is something Rick Smith was talking about during the fifth quarter. He wanted to know, when's the last time we beat a team with a winning record? I think you have to go back.
Scotty Montgomery, NC State, that finished the year.
And yeah, well, what did they finish the year?
I think they were like 7-5 maybe that year, that 2016.
I was counting, Virginia Tech was kind of early in the year, the James Summers game in 15. And really, you probably, to beat a team with a winning record at the time, with a legit record, you probably got to go back to Shane Carden's last year.
Sure.
I would think, in 14.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is an opportunity for Mike Houston to get his best win. I don't know if it would be a signature win, but SMU is a fringe top 25 team. I believe their only two losses are to Cincinnati and Tulsa.
Correct.
We know how good they are. So, yeah, this would be a huge win for Mike Houston, but just based off recent history, based off last year, based off the last few years, I don't trust the Pirates to get it done. I have to see it before I believe it.
Well, the Pirates hung with Tulsa, and Tulsa, I think, beat SMU by 4 points. So it's got to give you some sort of.
We hung with the SMU last year.
So here we go. As I said,
but we didn't win.
That's the challenge. That's the challenge this week to that when you don't want to, if you can finish the win with a quality win over SMU, and it feels like the program's moving forward. If you do what you're thinking, that we have a poll up on our social media, if you think the Pirates will win, cover, or SMU will cover this weekend, which is now up to 12.5.
Let me have a vote on that.
Yeah, if the Pirates get blown out and don't, SMU covers that 12.5 points, then you go into the offseason with just a lot. A lot of apathy of like, well, here we go again. We beat, South Florida, who's as bad as East Carolina, is what you're thinking, and then a Temple team that was just a shell of its former self, just based COVID regulations. So I think that if you can find a way to win against SMU, then that moves the program forward into 2021. If you just cover the spread, I don't think that moves the needle here.
Nah, this is a win or, nothing, I think.
There's no, moral victories or anything at this point.
We've had a couple this year. That's fine, but I don't need one for this last one. I am in the slight majority, Ellerbe. We've had 179 votes at PR927FM on Twitter. 38.5% say the Mustangs win and cover. 35.2% says the Pirates will cover the points. And Pirates win outright, 26%. So that's still a pretty big number. So, again, this team is giving people some hope heading into this ballgame.
Hey, look, Tyler Snead, what a game by that guy. Is he not just one of the we knew watching him last year and now again this year. He's just one of those players that's a walk-on that you think about, like Justin Hardy and all these really unsung heroes that just rise to the top at East Carolina. He's just a fun guy to watch. You hope the offense can really start kicking in gear and having some better performances. The defense, will certainly have a challenge with, Sonny Dykes and his SMU Mustangs. So it's Pirate football, noon on the plus. On a Thanksgiving weekend, Clip.
We were going over some walk-on names on the fifth quarter, and You know who Rick Smith said? One of my favorite names to hear him say. It just brings back memories. Josh Hawkins.
Yeah.
Josh Hawkins, a walk-on. So he brought his name up on the fifth quarter, that walk-on life. Great to see Elijah Morse after the game. He got the announcement that he would be earning a scholarship. That was pretty cool. Shirley, do you have the clips loaded yet? Let's play Tyler Snead 1. So he did the Lincoln Leap, Ellerbe, the Link Leap.
He did.
After the kick return for a touchdown.
It kind of reminded me of a graceful as I would be probably trying to do that.
Yeah, rough landing. He was asked about that after the game, and here's what Tyler Snead said.
Before the game, I saw that the stands were a little low, and I was like, man, I'm short. I can make that jump. So I knew if I got in there, I was going to try and do it. I was hoping they didn't call a flag. I didn't know if Houston was going to be mad. I don't think he's seen it yet, so he hasn't said anything about it to me. So I'm ready to hear an earful on that if he sees that.
All right. Snead knew he might get into some trouble, but it's like risk-reward, Ellerbe. Do you just go ahead and do it, face the consequences? That's what Tyler Snead decided to do.
I'm with him on that. If I'm playing there, I'm especially there's no chance of beer being dumped on you or anybody right there. You just go ahead. Hey, look, I wonder what front row seats look like at an Eagles game. I'm going to jump in and see.
Yeah, if Eagles fans are there, or Temple fans, or anybody from the city of Philadelphia, you probably don't want to go in those stands.
No.
It could get ugly.
You want to stop at the goalpost and maybe do something there as a celebration. But I think that would be a good NFL segment you should do, of which NFL would you not do a leap in? I mean, probably not many as an opposing fan, but you've seen it done before. But there's probably certain areas you definitely like. Philadelphia would be definitely a no-go as an opposing person to jump into.
I mean, the black hole comes to mind, but really, are all those dressed up guys tough, or they like just look tough? I don't know. Like Cleveland, those fans are so angry and broken. I wouldn't want to jump in the arms of a Browns.
I mean, like places that my top three of maybe where I would jump, Jacksonville. You know, they probably don't know which team they're pulling for.
That would be an easy landing.
That would be very easy. I'm trying to think of some other good
Dolphins fans, honestly, really don't seem like they care that much.
Yeah. I'm thinking Dolphins. They socially distance before social distance was supposed to happen.
Honestly, it has happened in Washington games before, and a Redskins player would jump into the stands and there'd be like an opposing fan there or nobody there. So that would be, unfortunately, an easy place to jump.
Sure.
In Jacksonville, I would run up there and jump in the pool. That
would be awesome. To do a cannonball. Now, you'd probably get flagged for that because the celebration would take you a good 5 minutes to get up there.
Take an elevator.
So you'd get a delay of game, a couple of flags, but it'd be worth it if you could do a cannonball. So good call.
But hats off to Tyler Snead.
Great game for him.
I applaud him doing the Lincoln Leap, but not as. I mean, look, that was his first one. Maybe there's many more. Maybe he can do one in the Boneyard this weekend.
A kick return for a touchdown. The first one since Tyler Snead.
South Florida.
Correct? Yeah. So Tyler Snead was the first since Lance Ray.
Right.
We're still waiting for a punt return for the first time since, I believe, Travis Williams. Back in the early to mid 2000s.
Wow.
It has been a long time.
But you know what else happened on Saturday, Clip Brock?
What's that?
286.
What is that? The number of games we have not been shut out?
That's right.
Wow.
It's just one of those fast facts that
Ellerbe's favorite streak.
We're in the top 10. Did you know that of programs? That's one thing we rank in the top 10.
Wow.
286 consecutive games.
The Carolina Panthers pitched a shutout yesterday, right?
Sure did.
Shutouts are just hard this day and age with all the offense.
Yeah. Apparently not if you're facing the Detroit Lions. All right, Ellerbe, you said don't be sorry for Temple last week. You can be sorry for him this week. Also, you can be sorry for feel sorry for me as well.
Why?
I'm starting to get a little bummed, Ellerbe. I'm starting to have that mid-March feeling seeing all these college basketball games being postponed and canceled.
It's way too early to get bummed about basketball. I'm really disappointed at the way
you don't even care about basketball. You're not the guy to talk to.
Which is true. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to hurt my feelings too much. But I thought all these preseason tournaments, and especially the Maui Invitational in Nashville, I just feel like all that's just kind of silly. I think everyone should play conference-only games. And they should have done it where they just did a conference-only bubble. And I don't understand why one team wouldn't come here and just play Friday, Sunday, or Thursday, Saturday, and then you would just turn around and leave. If you're going to play 20 conference games, then you just have you limit where you travel to, and you knock out 2 games a weekend.
I completely disagree with your entire stance. Like, you probably think that Towson playing San Francisco at 9 a.m. in the morning in Connecticut's stupid.
I do. I do.
Guess where they're playing, Ellerbe? Bubbleville.
Now,
is that an official location on a map? That is where they're playing at 9 a.m. That would be 6 a.m. Local time for the Dons of San Francisco playing Towson at 9 a.m. in the morning.
I mean, it's my understanding a lot of these schools aren't having fans at basketball games anyway. So I just don't see what's the necessary and like what the necessary
Me to watch the game. This is a selfish thing.
I know, which is why they should just start conference schedule in December 5th or whenever and just play conference basketball.
Yeah, I don't know how many of these non-con games they're going to be able to get in.
It doesn't make any sense. Or just, hey, look, you can play within your state. I mean, I saw Pirate Radio Twitter that Duke is now available on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Come on, we'll drive, why not just play? There's enough schools around here. It's just,
hey, okay, that's what I'm saying. Play,
but that's not how they're trying to.
They're still trying to do these dumb.
They
schedules.
are. They're trying to make these teams travel, which makes no sense. Which a lot of these schools are probably flying commercially, which is it's just.
Well, ECU was going to bus to Florida.
I know,
which was a nightmare.
All of it makes no sense if we get back to the business of college athletics and what's best for student athletes. Then that's where I was disappointed in the American scheduling philosophy of how they did it. I just thought they could have had, hey, look, Tulane comes here on a, and we play them twice in one weekend on a Friday and Sunday or a Thursday or Saturday, whatever fits your fancy. And then, the next weekend we go out to Tulsa and we play on a Friday or Sunday or a Thursday or Saturday, whatever fits their fancy. And then you just play conference games and then you have a conference tournament and then, you just judge the field and get 68 teams in a tournament and you do a bubble in Indianapolis like they talked about. That to me made the most sense of it all. I think I heard on your show that you were talking about some team in like Boston or somewhere was playing the same team 6 times.
Yeah, Holy Cross in Boston, although the Patriot League might cancel games altogether, but that was the schedule that was released. The top headlines right now on ESPN's college basketball page, Tennessee pauses activities as Rick Barnes tests positive for COVID-19. Duke opener against Gardner-Webb postponed. Ole Miss cancels first 4 games. Also, Auburn has imposed a postseason ban. I guess this is the year to do it.
Yes.
First of all, I'm shocked Bruce Pearl has issues down at Auburn. I hope everybody's sitting down listening to this. But Auburn has put on a self-imposed ban for 2020-2021. Some other news, Ellerbe, there's a new From the Helm out.
Oh, wow.
And I saw a headline from Ronnie Woodward, and one thing to take away from this From the Helm is that SMU will be the final game of the season for ECU. There will be no additional games in December.
If there's anything I can agree on, win, lose, or draw, this has been the it for the 2020 season. As I said, if we were on a, path where, coming up this weekend we could have 20,000 fans and maybe 25,000 or 30,000 fans at a December 5th or 12th game, then it would make sense to have financially to have another game. But at this point, put a fork in the season and let's play SMU and let's try to end on a positive note.
Yeah, how many of these teams, administrators, coaches, I don't know about players, but how many just want this whole thing to be over with as far as the season?
I laugh every time I see bowl projections now. Let's put a fork in those. What a joke that it is absolutely that. It gets back just like these preseason basketball tournaments. Why in the world are you going to subject 5 and 4 teams to fly somewhere to play in some meaningless, crappy bowl game? Just mail all the players that played this year in college football a PS5 or whatever my son talks about. That's the hot new gift this year, or the new Xbox or whatever it is. And just save ourselves the trouble, and let's all focus our attention on the NFL.
All right, Ellerbe is bah humbug here when it comes to sports.
I'm not bah humbug. I'm just being realistic about what.
You're being a little too rational for me. I just want sports to watch on TV. I don't care how ridiculous it is, where they play. That's how I feel.
That you're just being selfish.
Exactly.
Oh, can't you and I go back to YouTube and watch some of the old games?
Sure, Ellerbe. Is that the kind of programming you want on Pirate Radio Live when I have 3 hours to fill every day?
No, I would like East Carolina to be undefeated right now and going to one of these crap.
It makes it tough when there's not sports.
There are sports going on.
There are.
And they're going to play basketball. I just feel like the avenue of how they're trying to get to it is a little quirky, but that's me. And look, the NFL's still going on. The NFL's kind of put a halt on all their policies. They've kind of pushed forward.
Yeah.
For now.
Although the Ravens hope to play Thursday night. I believe I saw that Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins might be out. The Ravens have paused activities. They are scheduled to play Thursday. By the way, talk about an awful lineup for Thursday. You got Texans, Lions, Washington, Dallas, potentially for first place. And then it is a good night game with the Steelers and the Ravens. The Steelers are undefeated, but man, it's a good thing they added that night game because those first two are eyesores for folks watching.
Look, the Lions and Cowboys always being on Thanksgiving is something to be talked about.
What do you mean? You think it's outdated? You think it's time to change?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Our next guest, Brian Bailey, is flipping out in the lobby.
Look, he can eat turkey and watch one of the other 30 teams that play in the National Football League. And Bailey, you can come in here if you want to do your argument while I'm on the air if you want to. But I mean, the Lions, for crying out loud.
Oh my God, he has broken into the studio.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Bailey, Cowboys off of Thanksgiving. What do you think?
That's blasphemy.
Of all of Ellerbe's takes today, that's the worst?
Had some bad ones already, but that's the worst one.
So give me your case of why the Cowboys should always play on Thanksgiving.
It's America's holiday, and it's America's team.
God, now I'm with Ellerbe.
I knew you were going to say that.
Gross.
There's people throwing up in trash cans.
I just think it's tradition, and they were the ones that started it way back when nobody else wanted to play on Thanksgiving, and so they host it every year, and it's part of the tradition. And usually, and I know this is a bad year, but they are playing for first place, as bad as it is. But it's tradition, but
traditions have been thrown out the window in sports.
And that's the problem with America today.
Well,
you keep getting rid of all of our traditions.
That's the problem.
That's one of them.
Well, the Cowboys have been kept so far.
Didn't anybody in the NFL scheduling office understand that the Redskins were the Washington football team?
Yeah, they don't even have a name.
Couldn't they have given the Cowboys a better opponent, I guess?
Yeah, that's
whoa. Do you know what happened the last time these teams played a month ago? None of you. Who are these people I'm having on the show today?
See, I've taken the heat off me.
Who is this anyway?
I've taken it off me, and now everybody's arguing.
Yeah,
what in the world? The better opponent? Are you kidding me? Dallas had like one first down the last time these teams played.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they killed our quarterback.
Who are the two teams the Cowboys have beat this year? They beat the Vikings.
They beat the Falcons on the onside kick. They beat the Giants, and they manhandled the Vikings yesterday.
Who's the best team the Cowboys have played this year?
Minnesota.
Then they won?
No way. Is that right?
The best team?
Yeah.
The Cowboys have
Minnesota.
I thought you said the best team they've beaten.
The best team they
played is Pittsburgh, and they played them really, really well.
Yeah. See, the Steelers should have played the Cowboys.
But that would have been good too. Yeah, a lot better than
the Washington football team.
Because Dallas has dominated that rivalry, except for earlier this year when the team formerly known as the Redskins came up with a victory. And they may come up with another victory, because I'm not going to sit here and say that Dallas is going to win this game, because they're 3-point favorites. So how about that, Clip? Were you surprised?
Not really. They're home.
Right. Let's get back to the Lions. That's the team that is.
Yeah, let's kick the Lions off of Thanksgiving.
Whoa. Tradition's all we got.
No, I like the Lions on Thanksgiving because you get a little turkey to start your day, and the turkey game with the Lions, and then you get to watch.
I think it should be like Hard Knocks. I mean, you should have to. I mean, you shouldn't go winless in a certain number of period, and you should have to. Only playoff teams should make Thursday Thanksgiving game.
Well, that's why they added the night one, I guess, so we can watch a good game on Thanksgiving.
I guess because the afternoon games, you could be traveling and sleeping through, all the food you've stuffed in your mouth.
It is bad because the lines for most of my life, and really y'all's lives, have been awful.
For most of the world's lives.
Since eternity.
That's true.
It's bad. Yeah. It's brutal.
And at least the Lions, occasionally, you had Barry Sanders and then Calvin Johnson. You had a few players to watch on the Lions, but it wasn't like, I don't get the whole Lions thing. I don't get the Lions.
It's tradition, though.
Tradition. Yeah. Yep.
Keep it. It's tradition.
This would have been a year.
That's what's wrong with America today.
This would have been a year to break tradition.
All right. Brian Bailey runs in. John said it sounds like we have a battle royal. Redbeard said that's Bailey's music. It's a run-in. It's like wrestling. Redbeard did add Ellerbe, and this will be great to wrap it up with you. We've got next Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. we got a college football game.
Next when?
Tuesday at 10:30.
All right, see Clip Rock?
Who's that?
I'm excited.
Who's
Western
playing?
Kentucky and Charlotte
Are playing it on a Tuesday?
at 10:30 a.m.
Wow.
What do you got better to do?
Is there no COVID?
Excited. Thank you, Shirley.
Is there no COVID on a Tuesday morning?
Saturday's Western Kentucky has been moved
to clear COVID protocols.
To allow 49ers to clear COVID protocols.
Shoo.
Whatever.
Who figures?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's tradition, Bailey.
They're kicking off at 10:30 to accommodate travel. That's the reason why they're kicking off so early.
Who's covering it? Anybody?
It's got to be somewhere. That looks like a
ESPN
CBS Sports Network game or something. I don't know.
Clip Rock's happy. That's all that matters, Brian Bailey.
That's all that matters to me.
You don't want to cancel it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Looking out for number one. Ellerbe's mad. He doesn't like sports.
I like sports. I just think I like using common sense when it comes to doing things. So that's about it.
You see a shot of C.D. Lamb up there with Amari Cooper, and you turned it.
Oh, what a fun segment!
I think you guys.
What a great catch from C.D. yesterday. That was a great catch.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? That's blasphemy again. You're a sports fan, aren't you?
I thought you watched all the games. You don't watch the Cowboys games?
I do not.
You root
I'm
against
not
them?
dumb like some Cowboys.
Exactly.
Nah, no, you're not.
So let's run this scenario. If only the Cowboys were playing on Sunday.
You know that other guy named CD? Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have more on Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Bailey, you gonna be back?
No, I've done my time. Yeah, I'll be back.
This is your segment?
I'll be back.
He's America's sportscaster.
Yeah.
and America's team on Thursday. Tradition.
America's guest, Brian Bailey, joins us next. Ellerbe, enjoyed it.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week.
Another Victory Monday.
We'll take a timeout. Come back. Have more for you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Christmas presents are great, but Christmas cash is awesome. This is Vince from Play It Again Sports in Greenville, and it's time for us to help you turn around the stuff in your house into cash. Clean out your closets and garages for cash today. We're buying sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, tennis, lacrosse, hockey, and more. We're buying bicycles, skateboards, snowboards, water skis, treadmills, ellipticals, dumbbells, and more. Play It Again Sports, your home for Christmas cash. Just past the Cracker Barrel on Greenville Boulevard. Find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Medicare is not one size fits all, but which plan is right for you? Hi, I'm Denise Walker, and I'm a licensed insurance agent here in North Carolina. Whether you are turning 65, new to Medicare, or already have a plan, I can help you compare your Medicare options. I can help you find a plan offering low to no monthly premiums, prescription drug coverage, and a wide range of additional benefits like dental, hearing, vision, and more. Call me today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review.
This football season, prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports-watching drink of all time, Pepsi. Designed to power even the most passionate of armchair quarterbacks, Pepsi has everything you need to start strong, keep you in the zone, and recover from those triumphant wins.
Before I was just your average football fan, but thanks to Pepsi, I'm a football-watching MVP. Nothing can stop me from cheering my team on to victory or overreacting when the ref makes a bad call. What do you mean he wasn't in? That looks like 2 feet to me.
With refreshing deliciousness specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness to help you power through game day, Pepsi is the premier football-watching beverage.
I used to care when Mike cheered so hard he spilled nacho cheese on my carpet or wiped buffalo sauce on my new couch. But thanks to Pepsi, I'm so in the zone, even Mike can't ruin my football party. See? Don't even care.
So this football season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink made for football watching. Pepsi, that's what I like.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
This is Ashley, and on behalf of the whole Shimmer Boutique crew, we would like to say thank you for voting us Best Gift Shop and Best Women's Boutique in 2020. We could not have done it without you, and we hope that you will shop with us this holiday season. Shimmer carries a wide variety of men's, youth, women's clothing, and jewelry, as well as home goods. Shimmer is your one-stop shop for the whole family this holiday season. Plus, we will always offer complimentary gift wrapping. Shimmer Boutique, located on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks, in Winterville besides New River Pottery, and in Jacksonville's Mall.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now, during hurricane season, is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. PRL this afternoon is brought to you by Bud Light, who reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. As we head back into Pirate Radio Live, Clip, I do have one interesting NFL news. Ravens running backs Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins have both tested positive and will be placed on the COVID reserve list later today. That means Gus Edwards will likely take their place when the Ravens play on Thursday. Clip?
That would be Gus Johnson.
One of the Gus's.
Yeah, I saw that. They had audio of when Dobbins got his test. They said, Mr. Dobbins, you have tested negative. And they said, JK tested positive. That's not very funny, but
that's not very.
It just came to mind. My CD joke last segment was going to be better, but I couldn't say it on the air. Brian Bailey is with us. He is America's sportscaster and America's guest here on America's show, Pirate Radio Live. Hello, Bailey.
How you doing? Monday.
I'm good. You just said during the break you're having a great day.
Great day. I mean, we had Coach Houston earlier today for doing some TV work with him, and then we had Blake Harrell, defensive coordinator, on for the hour from 12 to 1. He did a great job with the interview and getting us ready for SMU. This whole season's been such a crazy season, and just everything that happens, and I'm still fascinated by whatever happened in Philadelphia with all the stuff that not coming on the field at noon, and hear Coach Harrell's side of the story, and hear Coach Houston what he was saying, and that was nuts. What were you guys thinking when ESPN
I
went
thought
to the
there was going to
broadcast?
be a game. In fact, on the way home, listening to Jeff Charles, when he took a break, he hadn't said anything about it, but when he took a break when they were supposed to be kicking off, and you kind of felt like something was going, I was like, all right, what's happening? What's going on? And then he comes back and talks about it. I'm like, oh, well, this is off. This is over.
Here's the backstory to that. So they're over there in the production room over there with the broadcast on, but they have no audio. So all they can do is see that. So Brian Meador's over there, and so Meador calls me. I'm watching. I'm listening and watching. So I'm giving them the information the ESPN's giving them, so Jeff can put it on the air. So it was like,
thank you, Brian Bailey.
It was crazy. Well,
letting us know what's going
what
on.
else is going to... I didn't know anything. I was just listening to what the ESPN guys were saying. And
by the way, Brian Bailey, while he's on this show, also trying to broker a...
Let's see what we got. No, that wasn't from Coach Dooley. Daggone it.
If Duke and ECU play this week or at any point this season, this man gets full credit.
Oh,
I'll go ahead and tell you. Brian Bailey is...
I just think it's a great idea.
It is.
I mean, if
by the way, Duke's not playing Gardner-Webb Wednesday.
Right. If you're not going to play Gardner-Webb and the Pirates are, looking for a game...
But are the Pirates looking for a game?
Well, I would think so. If they lost 3 this week, I would think they're looking for somebody to play. And that's, what better test? Dooley has taken his team to play. I think they played Wake Forest and State a couple of times in like scrimmages. Those scrimmages that you can't talk about.
The secret scrimmages.
The secret scrimmages. And why not play Duke?
Which there were none of those this year due to everything going on, right?
Because of the COVID. And the Pirates have played at Cameron Indoor before. Ask Mike Steele.
Ask Akeem Richmond. And them who nearly took them down.
They played them. They played them, but a good game against them.
So no ECU basketball scheduled for this week, but who knows? That could change on the fly. In fact, I've said it before. Basketball, Bailey, be a lot easier to make some schedule changes. A, because it's less physical than a football game, obviously, but B, all these teams that are around you in a 100, 200, 300-mile radius, right? So
yeah, all you got to do is get on a bus, and with a basketball team, you can socially distance on one bus, really. You can spread them all out, and, at the most, take 2 buses and spread them out, but it's just going to be like this whole season.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that because it was basketball, obviously, if you get one guy that gets it and 6 guys go into contact tracing, and next thing you know, you're down to the four forwards and a manager.
Well, sports hater Ellerbe told me it's too early to be worried about basketball, so I can't be worried about basketball.
Well, I'm not totally worried, but I am concerned that it's just going to be like this. But you're going to wake up one morning and you're going to see 4 cancellations, and you have to deal with it from there.
And that's how it was today. And Shirley, we've been doing all football season long with Shirley Rhodes News Desk of football games being postponed and canceled. Now let's throw in 300 more teams with basketball, and we're going to have a lot of updates to do day in, day out. I ran over it a moment ago, but just the headlines on ESPN.com's basketball page, Bailey. Tennessee pauses activities. Duke opener postponed. Ole Miss cancels first 4 games. Arizona State drops out of Empire Classic. So, it's happening all across the place. Virginia, and we'll talk some hoops with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, in a moment, who likes Virginia a lot this year. But he's going to talk about their game against Maine, which I think he said last year it was like 45-25 or something like that.
I remember that.
They're scheduled to play Wednesday afternoon in Bubbleville, which is Connecticut, I guess. But so game's still on as of right now. In fact, I saw some good news today. North Carolina Central and their game expected to be played. I think they play Iowa. They play somebody pretty good coming up, but their game is on as they are back working out again. So, some good news out there.
Carolina plays Wednesday night at 6, I think.
Against Charleston, yeah.
And State plays at 8, don't they? I thought State and Duke may have both played at 8, and Duke got canceled.
A&T scheduled to play Illinois.
Fighting Illini.
And Central scheduled to play Iowa. Both of those games Wednesday. Looking at the ACC slate, and we'll see. So no game for Duke as of right now. We'll see what State's got, Bailey. State's got Charleston Southern at home coming up on Wednesday night.
Yeah. Wednesday night's opening night, so we'll see what happens.
Well, Wednesday,
if they get to play.
Wednesday morning is opening morning. Did you hear me talking about the it was at San Francisco and Towson scheduled to play. The Zach Maskovich scheduled to play 9 a.m. coming up Wednesday morning.
Wow, that's early.
That's fun, right?
Yeah.
So got a little hoops, got a little football. So let's talk about the Pirates, Bailey. I'll start it the same way I started the conversation with Ellerbe. The mood in the 5th quarter was more positive after the Tulsa loss than it was after the Temple win.
Yeah, and you can almost see that because Tulsa's a really good football team, and the Pirates played really well in that game, and everybody knew the Pirates should have won that game. They got it stolen. I say stolen times 3 because there were 3 horrible calls in the same drive, which rarely happens. You get 3 calls like that. But I think the problem with the Temple game was, they've got some experienced players, some good players on that team, but they were decimated at quarterback. They were down to number 5, so you knew they weren't going to be able to just air it out, and so you knew they were going to be very limited, which they were. And I think most Pirate fans, they still look at Temple as saying, "Oh, that's a win," even though the 6 times previously the 2 teams have played in the American Athletic Conference, Temple had won all 6.
Yeah.
So it was, last year's game was pretty competitive, 27-17, and then this year Pirates get the 28-3 win. So
Passing game, Bailey, still not clicking.
And, when you say that, I was going through, as I said, we do some stuff for TV with Coach Houston on Mondays, and we do this piece that we run on Channel 9 at 6 o'clock tonight. And he talked about the SMU game last year, and I showed highlights while he was talking about it. And, man, they just threw it around all over. I mean, I think Holton threw 6 touchdown passes. Michelle for SMU threw 5 touchdown passes. 59-51 was the final in last year's game. And I asked Coach Houston if he thought we'd see another high-scoring game, and he said, I don't care if it's high-scoring, low-scoring, if it's 56-55 or 3-2. I just want to win the football game. Which I believe, but it won't be 3-2.
They converted like a 4th and 22 or something like that, remember, for a touchdown. It was nuts. Tyler Snead had a million catches.
Tyler Snead had a great day, yeah.
Just back and forth, and who knows, maybe we'll see one of those coming up on Saturday. Once again, the Pirates' problem over the last couple of years, and I guess even further outside of that, they show some reason for optimism, and then they come home and lose the game. And it happened a couple times last year. It happened earlier this year against Tulane. You got to sustain a little bit of success. I saw your head coach for the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, say something that I actually liked, Bailey. I'll say
what
that.
What did he say?
He said, we have to make the win yesterday matter.
Right. Exactly.
And that means winning another one and stringing it into wins, and instead of just one win on a Sunday and then you lose 3 games in a row. I think that's a good point and something I want to see from the Pirates.
Yeah, and in talking about that, I mean, it's one of those situations where you got to play winning football, and in playing winning football, you have to make winning plays. And that's something the Pirates were able to do, on Saturday. It doesn't matter where you get them from. Those 2 punt returns that Tyler Snead had early in the game, that pretty much set up that he was going to have a big day. And then he takes the kickoff return all the way back. And I asked Coach Houston today about Tyler leaping into the stands.
Okay, all right. Hey, Shirley, hold on. First of all, hit the Tyler Snead again. He talked about his Lincoln financial leap. Here's what he said.
So, before the game, I saw the stands were a little low, and I was like, man, I'm short. I can make that jump. So I knew if I got in there, I was going to try and do it. I was hoping they didn't call a flag. I didn't know if Houston was going to be mad. I don't think he's seen it yet, so he hasn't said anything about it to me. So I'm ready to hear an earful on that if he sees that.
All right, Bailey, let's get the update. What did Coach Houston say?
He's seen it.
Has he?
No, he basically said, look, I'm just going to tell him you need to keep your butt on the field. You don't need to be jumping anywhere. And Coach Houston said, what would have happened if he hadn't made it? How embarrassing would that have been?
God, yeah. That is funny that Snead scouted it before the game.
Right.
He looked at it. He said, you know what? I'm going over that thing.
Exactly. He knew he was going to have a touchdown at some point, and he was going over. So
and
that was fun.
Again, a risk reward. He knows that there could be a tongue lashing or some punishment coming, but he's going to deal with the consequences.
Who was it in the spring game that did the flip into the end zone? Was that
Andre Allison?
Andre Allison. I thought it was Allison. Andre Allison. Yeah, he got an earful right there on the sideline from Coach Holtz.
That reminds me, and it's so funny when we watched this game and brought it up, people on Twitter were commenting too, that the West Virginia game in 2006, where ECU was starting to get pretty good. They blew out West Virginia in 08. 06, they played them here, and for a while it looked like they might pull an upset, but Allison, and I don't know if it was a reputation thing at that point, he dove into the end zone with like 2 Mountaineers chasing him, and they caught a flag on him for unsportsmanlike conduct. And it was right in the same spot he did that flip in the spring game. But anyway, they caught a flag on that, which was totally bogus. No flag for Snead jumping into the stands, which is fine.
I think they were all shocked that he got up that high.
Look at that little guy
in the stands. But that was
it's shocking to see him make those plays at times, isn't it, Bailey? Even though we've seen it time and time again.
He's so little out there. But I'll give him credit now. He's bigger than he was. He's gained some weight. He's gotten stronger. He's just such a good football player. And we joked about it today with Blake Harrell, the fact that he'd make a great cornerback. Get him on the edge there, go 1-on-1 with some of these receivers. Man, he'd be good. He ought to be playing both ways.
Well, I don't know about that. He needs a few inches.
He can play corner. Those corners are short.
They're not that short, baby.
That's true.
Let's keep him where he is.
Yeah, let's keep him where he is.
Are you one of those guys on Boneyard trying to put Ehlers at tight end and move everybody around?
I don't get on Boneyard. No, that's not me.
Come on, what's your name on Boneyard, Bailey? You can tell us.
No, it's
Cowboys fan.
Cowboys. Yeah, that's me.
All right, Cowboy. You got the team from Dallas coming here. I heard you talking to Blake Harrell about facilities and their stadium they got at SMU, and they got a pretty good football team too.
They really do. I had a chance to go, and I believe it was 05, and then we went back last year on the trip to Dallas. But I always enjoy that. It was so much fun, but they have a great, just beautiful facility right there on campus. We went over. I went with Morgan Ehlers last year, and we went over early. Of course, Melissa was with me too, and we went over there early and walked around. I didn't want to sound like Morgan and I went on a date.
Somebody else was with us. Oh yeah, my wife was there. She was.
The wife came with us, and but we got to walk around. Morgan's girl Sandra was there too, so we double dated for the game. But it was
not a bad spot to go. I like how I'm joking, but a lot of your trips and dates involve sports.
Oh,
that's a good move, Bailey.
Hey, it started when Melissa and I started dating seriously. My birthday came up, and she took me to Wrigley Field for the weekend. That's what I decided.
What a keeper!
That's when I decided to marry her. Right then and there, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
She really buttered you up with that one, man.
And then we get there. We went to the game on Saturday, and then I said, "We're going to do Sunday," and she said, "Well, this place, I think it's called the Miracle Mile or whatever that mile row of shopping is right there."
Oh dear!
I think we ought to go. I was like, "Well, the Cubs play it too," but I didn't want to push it. So we went shopping.
So it wasn't quite a miracle, I don't think, for Brian Bailey. That mile.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It was a daggone mile, I'll give it that.
All right, we got a big one coming up on Thursday right here on Pirate Radio.
First place.
Washington and Dallas both coming off a win. Washington was able to dominate defensively. Dallas made some plays defensively, but some big plays offensively with their playmakers yesterday, Bailey.
And everybody's talking so poorly about the NFC East, and it's not very good. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it is good, but how many teams are over 500 in the NFC North? 2. And one's one game over 500. So
have the Bears finally lost their 500 mark, over 500 mark, I guess?
I think they're 5-3. I think they're right in there. But so it's not like some of these divisions are good, but
no, only one. Packers are 7-3, Bears are 5-5. Everybody else,
are they? Yeah. I was looking at the deal up there, and they had them 5-3 still. So yeah.
Yep.
So how about that?
So what we're saying is NFC East is as good as the crappy NFC North.
Yeah.
So take that.
So there's 2 crappy divisions right there together.
And a lot of those teams will be featured on Thanksgiving. 2 from the East, 1 from the North. And I don't know. Last time Washington was able to dominate defensively, and a lot of that was with Andy Dalton, and then a bit of a cheap shot, got knocked out.
Now, a bit of a cheap shot? He should have been arrested.
A cheap shot happened.
He should have been taken to jail right then and there. And how he didn't get fined? You get fined if you spit in the wrong place on a football field. He didn't get fined. Did he?
Let me look.
I don't think he did. Or he didn't get suspended. I know he didn't get suspended.
He didn't get suspended.
He was fined $5.83.
12 large.
Oh, that all it was? 12 large.
12 large.
Should have been 112 large.
He didn't get fined.
Hey, he hit Dalton.
He didn't even get a flag.
He hit Dalton so hard, it knocked him into COVID-19 protocol for 2 weeks.
That's right. And Andy came back yesterday. I guess played pretty good, didn't he?
He played pretty well. Yeah, he's he's not Dak Prescott, but he's not supposed to be. Although he was more what we thought he would be, going into the season, because you thought, hey, he's probably the best backup in the league, but he hadn't played like that. I didn't think.
You know what, Bailey? When I after Washington beat Dallas so bad last time, and I knew they played Thanksgiving and wasn't going to be that long, I was hoping to see DiNucci. I'm a little nervous about Dalton, and really it's about all the weapons they got outside of Dalton. How's the O-line? Do they got guys back?
They're better. They're better. Zach Martin played right tackle yesterday, and Ezekiel Elliott said afterwards, he said, "Let me tell you something. That guy, he could block anybody anywhere. I just followed him." And that was Zeke's first 100-yard game, 103 yards yesterday. So,
and then you got Pollard,
that's looking
who's
encouraging,
faster than Zeke. If
he is, he's got a look. So. Yeah, they've got some weapons.
It's amazing what one win can do. Right?
Oh, I know. All of a sudden,
now you're pumped up. I'm a little nervous about the Cowboys.
You think you're good all of a sudden, but if they'll just play some defense, and that's what's killed them before. They haven't played any defense at all. But the last 2 games, they played the Steelers tough defensively, and they played this game this past weekend with the Vikings defensively. They played very well, so that's good.
If you want to light money on fire, and you had to pick the champion from the East, well, you're going to pick Dallas because you always do. I think the Giants might have the best schedule to do it. They still got the Bengals. They got the Browns. They got the Cowboys. It's going to come down to that last week. Washington at Philly.
Yeah, I think so.
And Cowboys at the Giants.
Yeah.
And who knows? Everybody could be tied to that point.
Because the Cowboys have a better schedule or a very favorable schedule down the road. They play the Bengals, they play the Ravens, which will be their most difficult game. Then they got the Eagles and Giants. So if you win your NFC East games, and I'm not going to be proud of it if you get a chance to go to the playoffs at 7-9, but I'm going to take it.
You're going to buy the T-shirt from Cowboys.com. NFC East champion. They're not going to put the record up there.
No,
I was going to say is champions.
Yeah.
All right, Bailey, good stuff, man.
And nobody can say, hey, you're only 8-8. Oh, we're not 8-8.
Not quite.
That's right.
Not quite. All right, we got the Brian Bailey Show Encore coming up at 6 o'clock with Blake Harrell. Where you had listeners submit their play calls for Blake Harrell, right?
Yeah, we
did.
A lot of blitzing coming up, so he got to put some pressure. And the running back for SMU, he's really good. Ulysses, what's his last name?
S. Grant?
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's the fourth, whatever he is. But he's the third leading rusher in the nation right now, and he's the leading rusher in the American. And he's a freshman, so he's a good player.
That's the thing about these offenses. You think Shane Buechele and throwing it around,
right?
But they're going to come in.
And that was the question I had for Coach, because I really didn't realize that running back was as good as that. Yeah.
Double B, appreciate you joining us, man.
Anytime. America's guest for America's team. There's the injury. You knocked another quarterback out. Those old former Redskins.
Tell you what, you play on that field at FedEx Field. Your quarterback and our quarterback and every quarterback is leaving the game.
That's tough.
All right, try to broker that deal with Duke and ECU.
I'll let you know how it goes.
All right, thank you. Take a time out, come back, wrap up hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2020 Buick for 0% for 84 months or save over $6,000 off all models. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
Love Jersey Mike's subs? Love them times 12 with our new catering box. Packed full of a dozen individually wrapped subs. They're yours for the sharing. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. How can you help people with back pain?
Well, most people are going to have back pain at some point during their life, but you don't have to live with it. A bad MRI or a bad x-ray does not mean you're destined to always have pain. We have specialists that are well trained to find out what the true problem is and the true source of your pain so they can get you on track to feeling better. So don't suffer with back pain. Our nationally board certified specialists are here to help you. To learn more, visit us at kptonline.com. We can help you live well, move more, and hurt less.
University Book Exchange, UBE or ECU. University Book Exchange.
UBE and PirateWear.com offers a large selection of ECU apparel. There's a new selection of hats, t-shirts, and tailgate supplies. Plus, the online store at PirateWear.com has been redesigned to serve you better. UBE and PirateWear.com, located in the heart of Uptown Greenville, and proud supporters of the Pirates for over 35 years.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ronnie's Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ronnie's Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky's Snowballs of Greenville. But did you know Sparky's also has funnel cakes and fried Oreos too? Grab yourself a delicious treat today at the Sparky Snowballs location at the Food Truck Rodeo on the corner of Evans Street and Fire Tower Road. Be sure to follow Sparky's on Facebook for their daily schedule and promotions. Sparky Snowballs, serving delicious icy treats, funnel cakes, and fried Oreos to smiling faces for over 20 years. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. And as we head back into Pirate Radio Live, Clip, I do have a couple of pieces of information that just came down here in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Saturday's Louisiana Tech FIU game has been canceled because of FIU's lack of healthy players at a key position. And one basketball cancellation. The Charlotte 49ers officially canceled games against Tennessee and VCU. They were supposed to play at Tennessee coming up on Wednesday. So the Charlotte 49ers have had a game, or two games canceled, and then a football game that's been moved to an ungodly hour at 10:30 in the morning on December 1st.
Good info, Shirley. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's really locked into this Foo Fighters song.
Well, I was wondering,
I'm ignoring the bad news from Shirley by singing Foo Fighters because there's a lot of cancel. Hey, the good news though, that Tuesday game. I'm all in.
A Tuesday game, and
Super
I'll be able
Tuesday.
to actually watch a football game while I'm here at work.
There you go. That's what we'll be doing next Tuesday. We'll also be giving away awesome prizes starting next Tuesday, really starting today. But the treasure chest, folks, opens up next Tuesday, December 1st. And we've got a ton of awesome stuff we're going to be giving away all December, Shirley Rhodes. I'm fired up about that. Also, today, how about this week on Pirate Radio Live? Shirley just notified me 2 giveaways today.
Yep.
3 giveaways Tuesday, 3 for Tuesday, and then 2 more on Wednesday. So a lot of prizes this week.
Yeah, we're digging deep.
Chandler can't believe it.
Yep, we're digging deep into the booty bag this week.
Deep inside that booty bag, and we will be making you a winner, a lot of winners this week on the show. So we wrap up hour 1. My wife doesn't like sports at all, and when she brings sports to, like, a lot of times I'll tell her about stuff. She doesn't really care, but she'll kind of halfway act interested.
Mm-hmm.
Today she texted me, and let me pull it up so I'm not paraphrasing. I'm using the exact wording. She said, I saw a commercial for a Mike Tyson fight. Is that for real? And I said, yes. She said, Grandpa Mike needs to retire. I said, he's fighting another old guy. She said, he looked old to me, but not as old as Mike. And I was like, why? Okay, why are you hating on this so much? And she just said, she's just shocked that Mike Tyson is fighting in 2020. He will be fighting Roy Jones Jr., and that fight, Shirley, is this Saturday.
Oh, I didn't realize it was already that close.
I'm assuming it's pay-per-view. I don't know. I guess it's pay-per-view.
I would have to imagine so. I mean, there's never been to my knowledge, there's never been a Mike Tyson fight that wasn't pay-per-view.
Yeah, you got to go back to like when he was 18 fighting on ESPN Friday Night Fights or something like that.
Now, I will say this, though. If you've seen the pictures of Mike while he's been training for this fight, The guy's 50-some years old, and he's jacked for a guy his age.
So it
I will say
started
that.
as like a charity thing, and I think there was going to be like no knockouts. Like it's just like a boxing exhibition.
Right.
And then the more weeks went on, the more Mike Tyson started talking about knocking out Roy Jones and how, if he's going to fight, like it's going to be a real fight. There is a line set on this. Mike Tyson minus 215, Roy Jones Jr. plus 173. So Tyson is the favorite heading into this fight coming up on Saturday night. The least weird thing to happen in 2020. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones
probably so.
Jr.
Any other year, it'd probably be the weirdest thing that you'll ever hear. But you know what? I'd like to see.
Shirley's intrigued.
I am intrigued. I mean, because the guy, when he was in his prime, he was devastating in the ring. I mean,
but this is
unless you spent money on a pay-per-view and only lasted like 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Then you're pissed because you spent all that money. But
I still remember my dad. We had the old cable box at the house, and I had a couple buddies over during the Holyfield Tyson fight with the ear biting.
Yeah.
And I still remember watching that in the living room, and all of us kind of being like, "What the hell is happening right now?"
So I would like to see if he still got it at 50 some odd years old.
It's like I want to see Undertaker versus Sting, or I want to see Ric Flair take on The Rock right now. And it sounds awesome, and in a video game it's fun, but when those two old guys actually get in the ring together, it's like they're not the same as they were 30 years ago. I don't know if this fight is going to be like that. I'm hoping it's entertaining, but we'll see.
I don't know. It's hard for me to compare, but just because he was such a freak athlete when
you keep saying it was.
Yeah, well, because I'm thinking of when he first came onto the scene. He was a freak boxing athlete. I mean, the dude just had a devastating presence in the ring. It's kind of hard for me to compare it to wrestling, just because wrestling is just a totally different animal.
Yeah, but those guys are so athletic and so entertaining, and now they're old and flabby.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you look at Mike Tyson now, he's not quite that flabby.
I'm not flabby. We need to get Mike on the phone. I have his number.
He's not flabby at all.
Let me see if he's doing anything. He can give us a call in the next segment. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Got the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Also got Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector joining us on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
The holiday season is upon us, and have you been naughty or nice this season? Well, it doesn't matter at the Naughty Life, because no matter who you are, you can find the perfect gift for anyone. This holiday season, stroll the new and improved streets of downtown Washington. Be sure to visit the Naughty Life for the latest Yeti products, signs, clothing, home decor, and many other unique gift items. Plus, their gift wrapping is fantastic, and my favorite, it's free. The Naughty Life on Main Street in downtown Washington.
Hi, this is Billy Parker, and football is here. Tailgate at home with family and friends this season and let Parker's Barbecue do all the cooking. While tailgating at your house, let us provide all the food with our delicious chicken, barbecue, seafood, and sides. We can customize packages for any size group, big or small. Give us a call today and place your order. Parker's and football, a winning combination. Also shipping nationwide at parkersbbq.com. Parker's Barbecue is how friends and family come together.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. /delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is former ECU tight end Bryce Williams from my friends at the Auto Store Group. If you're in the market for a quality used vehicle, then the Auto Store Group is for you. The Auto Store Group has 3 locations and over 150 quality used vehicles to choose from for all budgets. Shop their entire inventory today at theautostoregroup.com. And remember, every purchase comes with a free bucket of fun. The Auto Store Group, your hometown store, Pirate owned and operated for over 38 years. Go Pirates!
Did you know that the average age of a skilled mason in North Carolina is 47 years old? Hi, this is Tim Manning with Tradesformers, a youth apprenticeship program designed to connect talented students with growing industry trades in our area. November is National Apprenticeship Month, and we encourage anyone interested in joining the growing trade workforce to visit tradesformers.com to learn more and to get started. The possibilities and career paths ahead of you are endless.
Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Maybe you're planning to visit parents, family, or friends. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral needed. Same-day results available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers easy solutions to COVID-19 testing. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com.
North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors. Parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip as the state safely reopens. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember the 3 W's. Wear face coverings, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. Focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open, please contact any state park before your visit with questions or visit ncparks.gov/open.
The best place in Greenville to unwind and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's is open every day with great food and great drink specials. During the week, stop by for open mic, music on the patio, or sports trivia with me, Clip Rock. The weekends are made for football. Watch every game in college on Saturday, and every Sunday is Fun Day with the NFL ticket. Follow AJ's on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat to see their features menu and weekly lineup. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and online at ajmcmurphys.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Boy, you can tell it's a Monday. Welcome back to the show. Orthopedics East End Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturday and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for any urgent orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We got the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, coming up in just a moment. He launched his college basketball podcast today on Barstool Sports. We'll talk college hoops, NFL, college football. But real quick, we were talking about it last segment, and I was able to hook up, I think this is the guy, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fighting Saturday night at Staples Center, 9 o'clock. They're expected to fight around 11 p.m., 11:30 on Saturday night. And we do have a Mike from Los Angeles calling in. I believe this is Iron Mike. Hello, Mike. Mike, are you with us?
Yeah, this is Mike Tyson. Who am I speaking to?
This is Clip Brock from Pirate Radio. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fine, Clip. I appreciate you having me on your radio station. I listen to you all the time.
Well, thank you. What's your favorite part about the show?
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Okay. All right, Mike. So, back in the ring for the first time since 2005. You'll be facing Roy Jones Jr. I read that there will be no headgear, 12-ounce gloves. Why are you back in the ring, Mike? What is this all about?
Well, first of all, you know, it's a square circle. That's what they call it, a square circle. It's not a wing. A wing would be a round thing. This is a square circle. Okay. Second of all, I'll be real honest with you. I'm the baddest man on the planet. I'm 59, 62 years old. I don't even know how much. I've been hit so many times in the head, Quip. My head, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I don't even know what town I'm in. I'm just going to be real honest with you there. And if you hadn't told me I had a fight this week, I probably wouldn't have remembered. Wow. That's okay too. You know, I'm just doing it for all the little children everywhere because they love me. They want to see their great uncle, daddy, get in the ring with them. And you know, I pity George Foreman this week when I hit him in the mouth.
Roy Jones Jr., your opponent this Saturday, Mike. Somebody asked. Oh, wow. Okay, disrespect. Roy Jones Jr., great fighter. He's old just like you are, though. So
Roy Jones?
Yeah, that's right.
Junior?
That's right.
I don't know no Roy Jones. I just, when I'm talking, people say they want to get me back in the ring, and I agreed to fight Joe Frazier again. He's older than I am, but it's okay, too.
Okay. Roy, we had somebody just ask, is that Adam Sandler? No, this is Mike from Los Angeles we're talking to right now on the fixed.
That's right. I just got out of the wing, for my last heavy fight day, prior to the match with Muhammad Ali this weekend, and I'm just ready to go. I'm in prime shape. If this doesn't work out, Vince McMahon told me I could go back to the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, and I'm just so excited.
Mike from Los Angeles here on the Fixed NC Live line. Awesome to track you down a few days before your fight. Mike, you looking forward to Thanksgiving? You got a big meal planned for Thursday?
I always have a big meal planned, but I'm getting ready for my fight, so I got to watch the intake and the outtake of the polycarbonated carbohydrate, and that's a big word for me. Damn. I didn't even knew it was that big. Can you spell that for me? I don't even know what I just said. That was huge.
That was great. That's great, Mike.
I get a pumpkin pie. I'm gonna give me some candy apples. I'm gonna give me some cotton candy, and that we're gonna have us a good time on Wednesday.
That's a heck of a Thanksgiving spread, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Good luck on Saturday night. Great to talk with you.
Thank you so much, and God bless you, and God bless everyone, and Merry New Year.
All right, there he is, Mike from Los Angeles. How about that? What great to get Mike on just a few days before the big fight against Roy Jones Jr. It is Roy Jones Jr. he is fighting. He's not quite sure of his opponent, but that is who he will be facing coming up on Saturday night. All right, a line open on the Fixed NC Live line, and we'll use that one now to talk to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. A big day for the big man as his new podcast dropped on Barstool Sports. Let's talk about that and more. Jeff, how you doing today?
Doing great, Clip. Good to hear you back.
Hey, man. Glad to be here. Good to talk to you. A big day for the big man as Big Man on Basketball, the newest podcast at Barstool Sports, was launched earlier today. It is available now, so make sure you download it and subscribe. Jeff, how did the launch go today? You feeling good?
Yeah, thanks, Clip. It went well. We got everything thrown out there. No issues. It's on iTunes, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. The episode, I know when people listen, it was a little long, but at the end of the day, we wanted to make sure we put a lot of great information in the preview show. We get an episode dropping on Wednesday as well to kind of break down the first day of hoops. So yeah, it went really well. I appreciate it. Thanks to all the people down there who will listen to it.
Let's start with hoops, Jeff. And I was a little bummed out over the weekend, ECU not going down to Florida for the Gulf Coast Showcase, and we're seeing more and more games drop. But at last check, there are still a ton of games set to tip off on Wednesday that are still set to go. As you look at it now, and I haven't seen any lines come out for these games, it'll be, I guess, tomorrow or Wednesday, or maybe there are some out right now. But what matchups are you looking forward to the most coming up on opening night on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm kind of a guy that always kind of goes off the radar. A game that I'm excited about is West Kentucky and South Dakota State. That's a game I have my eye on. I think they're going to play Northern Iowa, West Kentucky. That tournament, it's kind of all over the place, but it's a tournament where there's a couple different teams, and I think there's 6 teams. So it's West Virginia, South Dakota State, and then West Kentucky, Northern Iowa. Both games are going to be fascinating. I'm kind of high on all 4 of those teams. UCLA, San Diego State, I think that's on Wednesday as well. That's a great one. I'm pretty high on UCLA coming into the season. They really took to Mick Cronin's defense last year. They really went and became better as the season went on. So that's a game I have my eye on. It's fascinating because then you go down the card and you look at a game like Virginia and Maine, Clip, and I think to the eye, that's going to be a terrible game from a viewing perspective. But when you look at last year's game, Clip, it was 44-26. Or sorry, 46-26.
Yeah.
So again, they held Maine to 26 points in that game, 17 shot attempts. I'm going to be fascinated to see how that one goes. We know Virginia plays so slow. They use that offense that they run. It takes a ton of time off the clock. And I think they're a lot more efficient this year getting Sam Hauser there. So
is the Maine team total going to be like in the 30s, Jeff? What's the team total going to be for Maine?
I would probably think it's probably 35.
That's crazy.
Like that.
Yeah. That's nuts. And you mentioned, I'm looking at a schedule, like Towson and San Francisco is set to play 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and that San Diego State game you mentioned is 10:30 at night. So just hope all these games can get underway, can be played, and we'll have a fun few days of hoops coming up with basketball. The Gonzaga, who's Gonzaga play on Thursday? Is it Kansas, Jeff? Well, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, big matchup on Thanksgiving Day. That's like a 1 o'clock. So there's about to be some good college hoops being played. Looking forward to that. Jeff, let's talk a little football. And I'm not as patient or as responsible when it comes to picking games as you are. So when I saw that you had a play for the late night Hawaii-Boise game, I was fired up. I took the over on that. That was a great way to roll into Sunday. A slow first half, but then the fireworks started in the second half, so good call there. You had a good Saturday and a pretty good Sunday, I believe, too, right?
Yeah, I had a couple team totals yesterday. I did lose with the play I put out on Twitter with the Steeler over, but I came back. I had a pretty good afternoon, and then at night I kind of took one on the chin. But it's the NFL is kind of a day by day thing. This year is with the NFL, with college. Anytime you don't lose money, I think it's obviously a key. That's anytime when you gamble, you want to make sure you don't lose money. But it was definitely a day where the team totals were really good, and then I struck out. I don't know why I ever feel like the Chiefs are ever going to do anything good for me, because they never do. I'm always on the wrong side of Chiefs games when I bet them.
How about tonight? Monday Night Football right here on Pirate Radio. You got Bucks at home, 4.5-point favorites over the Rams, total sitting at 48. Any interest in this game tonight?
Yeah, I think a lot of people still kind of wonder, what the Rams are, because when you look at 5 of their wins, they came against the Bears and then, the NFC East. So, but, then they had that win against Seattle, and everyone kind of said, whoa, okay, Seattle's legit. But I think as we know with Seattle, defensively, they have their own issues. The big question is Jared Goff. I mean, do you want to bet into him, on the road against, a good team? And at the end of the day, I do, actually. I think the Rams' defense is legit. I think Goff has been actually pretty good this year. When you look at him, I know a lot of people aren't, again, big fans of him, but I liked what I've seen out of him. And when you look at the number, it's kind of over that 3. It's kind of in that no man land, getting up to pushing 5. I'm sure it'll push 5 by game time. I don't trust the Bucs defense. I still don't trust Tom Brady week to week. We have to remember this isn't Tom Brady from 2012. So I think it's probably a game that's low scoring, but I'm going to take a shot with kind of a standalone underdog. They generally come in. I'm going to look to do it here again.
Big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, quick look ahead to Thanksgiving. Some pretty brutal matchups. Houston and Detroit, and then Washington and Dallas, both coming off wins. And you looked at those lines yet? I don't know if there is one out for Steelers and Ravens, with the Ravens going on with some COVID issues right now. But how about those 2 Thanksgiving afternoon games?
Yeah, I haven't really delved into them just yet. Obviously, with college, there's so many things going on there. It's kind of that whirlwind clip where we didn't know if we'd have it this year, but it's all coming together. You got basketball, you got NFL, you got college. I'm still kind of digging through it, but we'll have something on Twitter, I'm sure, by the day of.
Quick look ahead to ECU, big man. Last year, I believe it was 59-51 when they played SMU. This year, the total is at 69. ECU's offense has really struggled, and you hope they can get clicking in this game against SMU. You were on the Pirates on Saturday. I went with the under And, man, the Temple situation, we were talking about it during the pregame, just kept getting worse and worse. It looked like that game might not be played for a while, but Temple was pitiful offensively. We'll see what happens. The SMU going to have a different offense than the Owls coming up this week. I thought the spread would be a little higher. I was thinking more like 14.5 instead of 11.5, but that's where it sits right now. Any early thoughts on SMU ECU?
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at the over in this game. When you look at SMU, whatever they have played, kind of that team that you can score. Tulane, I think, is kind of a similar team. ECU is a little bit below them. Even Navy, 51-37, 37-34. They played North Texas, 65-35. Temple, 47-23. So, there have been, that one got to 70. So, East Carolina, you mentioned it, though, has struggled a little bit. Look, ECU has to throw the ball in this game as well. SMU can't stop the pass. I'll continue to kind of snivel with Mike Houston. Mike Houston, throw the football. You only had to throw it 22 times, and I get it. The run was working for you on Saturday, but this is a game where SMU is, a team that struggles against teams that could throw the ball. Play that game plan you had against Tulsa and against, even in the second half against Cincinnati. Throw the ball. Holton Ahlers, good gun. He's got plenty of good receivers. Let those playmakers make plays. I would bet the over here. This will be a good pace-wise game.
Well, Joe, talk to the big man on campus coming up Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. Talk more college football. One more game I wanted to highlight today, Jeff, and after Notre Dame knocked off Clemson, my question was, does the letdown come at BC? Does the letdown come in Chapel Hill against North Carolina? Or is there no letdown? Is Brian Kelly going to go to the ACC championship and win or lose against Clemson? Might be able to get into the college football playoff. Well, the date is set. It's Friday in Chapel Hill. Notre Dame, a 4.5-point favorite. Total sitting at 66.5. Any thoughts on this matchup? Big game in the ACC on Friday.
Yeah, I don't really know what, as far as the total here, I'm not really sure what the odd. The open 63, it's up to 65.5. Obviously, early bettors coming in liking the over. I didn't understand 63.5 when it came out. I don't know why this game's any different from Clemson, Notre Dame. North Carolina, and for that point, Notre Dame may push 50 in this game. North Carolina is a dreadful defense. And look, they're a team with, a good quarterback, a good offense. They're going to move the ball. I don't know if they can stay with Notre Dame, just because defensively I think they're so poor. One of the issues clip I had on Saturday was one of my games, the game I liked the most, got canceled, which from what I understand, got canceled in jest. Looks like Florida State just didn't want to get destroyed by Clemson over the weekend. But, yeah, when you talk about Clemson, I don't know why this game's any different from the Notre Dame-Clemson game. I think it's probably a little bit more of a win for Notre Dame. I think they probably win by double digits here. The number doesn't make sense. The total doesn't make sense. It would be Notre Dame and over for me. And I really like the over. I think this is like a 51 23 type of game. I don't really understand this number at all in any level.
Big man on campus, Jeff Nadu joining us. We will close it out the way we started. Everybody go check out Big Man on Basketball, the newest podcast from Barstool Sports. It launched today. I've got it downloaded, ready to listen to on the way home from the Pirate Radio studios. And, Jeff, one more basketball question before we let you go. We just mentioned ACC. Who's the class of the Atlantic Coast Conference this year in hoops? Who do you like in basketball?
And in the ACC, it's all about Virginia. As I said earlier, I just marvel in what Tony Bennett does, really on both sides of the ball clip. From the defensive side, over the last 7 years, they've been 7th or better in defensive efficiency every year, including 2 out of the last 3 being the number 1 team in the country defensively. They just make it impossible to score, and they just don't give you possessions. On offense, they're the slowest team in the country. They use something called the mover blocker offense. It was actually created by Tony's dad, Dick, And it's all about just finding the best possible shot, coming off tons of screens, and running a ton of action. And Sam Hauser is just a terrific player for that offense. I'm totally excited for what I think they can do on that side of the ball. Kihei Clark, another year older. I think the depth this year really plays well. Keep an eye on Jay Huff. I think Jay Huff, the big, has a big year for them. He's, I think, going to be integral running to the hoop off screen. So it'd be all about Virginia. I will tell you this, Clip. Make sure you listen to the pod, because we want you to reach out, let us know what you want to hear about. We're going to take listener questions. I got a cool segment coming up that kind of goes off the beaten path. Can I tell you about one more player, Cliff, before we get to the end here?
Yeah, go ahead.
For anyone out there, no one really knows about this kid, and it's really a shame, because he should get the same hoopla that Zion Williamson got. I will continue to carry the water for Greg Brown, freshman at Texas. I think he is the most athletic player I've seen in years at this level. He is the best dunker I may have ever seen, and I mean that. His tapes in high school are incredible. I think they're right up there with Zion Williamson. And until he gets the credit nationally, I'm going to continue to carry the water. I would love to have him on my show. I think he's just terrific. I oogle when I see him play. He's just terrific. Keep an eye on Greg Brown. They play UT Rio Grande Valley out of the gate. He is going to have some ferocious dunks in that game.
All right, a name to watch out for. We'll be watching out for him, big man. Jeff, always enjoyed the chat. It's your time of the year. Looking forward to talking more hoops with you down the road here on Pirate Radio Live.
Thank you for having me, Clip. Appreciate your help.
Jeff Nadu, big man on campus. Everybody subscribe and check out his podcast and support him, since he does join us on the program. And looking forward to hearing that all season long. And he'll continue talking to us each and every week here on Pirate Radio Live and the Bud Light pregame tailgate, as we'll talk to him coming up on Saturday morning. We'll talk to Ronnie Woodward on Saturday morning, and we will talk to him when we return on Pirate Radio Live. And Ronnie and I were just talking a moment ago. I think we've uncovered a pretty crazy stat. We're trying to find the last time ECU beat a conference opponent that had a winning record. And in our research, we cannot find that happening since ECU joined the American in 2014.
Middle Tennessee.
Ronnie thinks he might have just discovered the opponent, and we will reveal that opponent, if you didn't hear him off mic a moment ago, right after this.
Christmas presents are great, but Christmas cash is awesome. This is Vince from Play It Again Sports in Greenville, and it's time for us to help you turn around the stuff in your house into cash. Clean out your closets and garages for cash today. We're buying sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, tennis, lacrosse, hockey, and more. We're buying bicycles, skateboards, snowboards, water skis, treadmills, ellipticals, dumbbells, and more. Play It Again Sports, your home for Christmas cash. Just past the Cracker Barrel on Greenville Boulevard. Find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Corey Scott, former ECU Baseball All-American. During my playing days, I specialized on the field as a closer. Now, as your mortgage loan officer, I am once again specializing in closing. But this time, I am closing for you, not just the Pirates. At Movement Bank, we offer portfolio loans such as 100% doctor loans with no PMI, home equity lines of credit, and jumbo loans, all at historically low rates. Contact me today, and I will be your closer. Call Coach Corey at 378-5252. That's 378-5252. And go Pirates.
The holiday season is here, and Sam Jones Barbecue will take the stress off of your brain and put some goodness on your table this year with our special meal packages. This is Sam Jones, and our Thanksgiving heat and serve meal packages include whole smoked turkey breast, mac and cheese, green bean casserole, baked beans, and 12 potato muffins, including whole pecan pie and a ball of our sweet barbecue sauce. Place your order now at samjonesbarbecue.com and plan your time for convenient curbside pickup. From our family to yours, happy holidays.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's right. It's the most wonderful time of the year to get your car washed at the Shine Factory in Greenville. Now through the end of the year, the Shine Factory is offering their unlimited Lava Factor car wash for only $20 per month or the Manager Special Wash for only $25 per month. Simply pay one low price and wash all month, anytime, with free high-powered vacuums. Plus, don't forget to pick up some gift cards for your family and friends. The Shine Factory is open daily from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. on Memorial Drive across from Lowe's.
Pirate Radio.
And I can promise you, there will be no quarter, ever, from ECU football. Go Pirates!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Do you think your employees might have been exposed? ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral is needed, and same-day results are available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle, right behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or just walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, welcome back. Hour 2 of the program. Coming up in Hour 3, Troy D will be here. We got our big calls from the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show, comments from Mike Houston, and 2 giveaways out of the booty bag coming up in Hour number 3. Ronnie Woodward tends to nerd out, and now I'm nerding out with him as we are looking through the archives, trying to figure out the last time, and there's a couple ways we can do this. I think Ronnie was searching for the last time ECU beat a conference opponent that at the time of the game had a winning record, correct?
Correct.
That was the search.
We found one.
You found one, but I think the search continues for the last time ECU beat a conference opponent that finished the season with a winning record. Because that year, so you found a game where ECU beat a conference opponent with a winning record at the time of the game, and that was 2015 against Tulsa.
Against Tulsa, October 17th.
Okay.
In Dowdy-Ficklin.
And
Tulsa was 3-2.
Thanks to Ronnie's Phil Steele, we see that the Pirates were a 13-point favorite, and they pushed. They won by 13. Now, Tulsa finished that season 6-7. So they did not finish with a winning record.
Didn't accomplish both both feats.
But we did find, and I think, Ronnie, that's the only time ECU has defeated an American opponent that had a winning record at the time of kickoff.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy to believe. And you say, well, why not 2014 when ECU had a solid year that year?
That's the one I'm working on now.
And the Pirates ended up 8-5 on the year, but the only teams with a winning record at the end of the year were Memphis, Cincinnati, UCF, and Houston, along with ECU. And, of course, we remember the UCF game That was the Hail Mary game.
Yep.
The Cincinnati game was on the road on that Thursday night where the Pirates scored late, but Cincinnati kicked a field goal to win it. So that year, they did not defeat a conference opponent that ended the season with a winning record. This is good stuff, Ronnie. What do you got?
So, going back to 2014, you can scratch all the UConn,
Yeah.
SMU. Yeah, this might be a Tom McClellan special to double check, but on the fly, live radio, we've got, the only game by my account, the ECU ever in the American has beaten a team that had a winning record going into the game was 2015 Tulsa. One. And they didn't end, in your rule, they didn't end with...
I guess they either lost a bowl game. Either way, they were 6-7.
They were 3-2 heading to Greenville. They lost, so they were 3-3. So that fit the parameters of the exercise. So that's what I'm going with.
Cameron, going off my original tweet, said, have we beaten a winning team, period? I know it can't
That's
be a lot.
Question, right?
Since 2016. So, yeah, I mean, I guess
you throw in some non-conference, NC State 16, right? I think they probably...
When Scotty Montgomery beat the Pack.
Yeah. That team probably did. Virginia Tech, 15. Some of these teams in 15 for sure.
Yes, Cameron.
You can even throw in Townsend State.
Wow, that is disrespectful when you put the N in Townsend State. The Wolfpack did finish 7-6 that year.
So
3-5.
That's probably the last one overall.
Yeah, it if you're not paying attention, has been a struggle for Pirate football, but that was
fun.
That's an eye-opening stat and something they're trying to change on Saturday when SMU rolls into town.
That was the point.
Yeah.
This is another opportunity similar to Tulsa, similar to Navy, I think. Similar to last year's SMU game, similar to last year's Cincinnati, name it. Some opportunities to beat, whatever, different phrases, whatever, signature win, breakthrough win, whatever phrase you want to use. This is one of those. I mean, SMU's been ranked for most of the season, right? They're not right now, but for most of the year, they've been in the teens or the 20s. I was doing a little bit of research today, just looking at SMU, and they're really good again. So this is I think a big opportunity for ECU, but I'm sure we want to talk a little Temple as well, so I don't want to get ahead of the carriage.
I don't know. I kind of just like running over these stats. When is the last time ECU won back-to-back conference games?
I meant to look that one up earlier, too.
Well, I'm going to cover that one right now. Now, they did win back-to-back games last year, but it was when we were in the CAA against William and Mary and Old Dominion.
Oh, back-to-back games in general?
No, but that was last year. And then now I'm looking for back-to-back conference.
So not before 2015, because the field still bolds the wins here.
Virginia Tech, SMU, they won those back-to-back, but that was not back-to-back conference wins. So we go to 2014 when we beat...
Tulane and Tulsa.
Yep.
Right?
And then they had a 3-game winning streak in there as well. So you got to go all the way back to 2014, last time the Pirates won back-to-back conference games.
Yeah.
We're trying to break some trends, Ronnie.
It's a big game Saturday.
And really, I wasn't even putting it in this big a focus. Like, I'm glad we did, but I'm just thinking back to the last few times ECU has had some optimism, especially on the road, and then they return home for a pretty big game.
Yeah.
2 times last year, that did not work out for the Pirates against, South Florida and the dud at the end of the year against Tulsa last year. Yeah. This year, Pirates had a chance against Tulane when people were starting to get a little excited about what was happening.
For sure.
Laid a dud. Now, another opportunity with SMU coming up on Saturday. So these chances to pick up whatever kind of win, as you were saying, it would be Mike Houston's biggest win as the coach here. They have gone by the wayside here for East Carolina, and again, they have a chance on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of piggybacking on that, the one last year against Tulsa stands out to me. I'm going to write about it this week. I'm going to ask Mike Houston about it. Maybe I am with some of this stuff, Clip. Maybe I am the guy that looks into it too much, whatever. But the Thanksgiving week thing is always tricky to me, especially in college football, because it's such a regimented, like, you do this Tuesday, you do this Wednesday, you do this Thursday, you travel, whatever it is, and Thanksgiving just kind of throws things off? Do you alter your schedule? Do you give the players Thursday off? This year, especially with COVID, do you let it's an easy example, but do you let Holton Ahlers go eat with his family Thursday? Do you let a kid from Wilson or a kid? Usually they do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, like, usually kids that are around the area, most teams say, hey, yeah, go enjoy your Thanksgiving Thursday night.
What, they just keep it in-house this year?
Yeah, did they not do that? Allow that? Whatever you want to use. The Thanksgiving thing, to me, is always tricky when you're trying to play a football game. What's your motivation level? That type of thing. And I honestly thought, if you remember last year, I was beating my chest and saying all week Tulsa had no interest in traveling and flying to Greenville and playing that game last year. ECU, same scenario, was trying to end the season strong. They were going to play really well, and it was the exact opposite. The Pirates were flat as can be. Really kind of underwhelming performance, I think, emotionally and on the field, and Tulsa took it to them. So that's something I'm interested with this week, the Thanksgiving factor, the mental motivation factor. And I wonder if Coach Houston can use that. They didn't end last year strong at all. They want to do it this year. You have another team traveling in from halfway across the country. I think there's a lot of those things at play. Again, maybe I look into that too much sometimes or whatever, but I think that's a big, interesting part of this week is the Thanksgiving / end of season feel to games. Who's motivated, who wants to play, who wants to travel, who doesn't, that type thing.
Ronnie, we'll go and get this out of the way. Is SMU talented?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes. The quarterback and the receivers.
I think you were wrong on Saturday. The team that Temple put out on the field was not talented.
You're right. Gosh. But the defensive tackles were.
When we talked to you, that's true.
Those two.
When we talked to you in the 10 o'clock hour, I guess, we didn't know how bad it was going to be for the Owls. That thing started breaking around 11 o'clock and just got worse and worse for Temple. And just like everybody else, Ronnie, were you surprised there was a game played after you started hearing everything coming out of Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, so I was surprised, just on a personal note. I had some stuff. So after radio here, I had to go home, had some family stuff, like an hour block before noon. So I knocked that out. I was trying to hustle to get ready for the game. I actually drove over to Igo's to watch the game, and I got over there a little after 12. I was trying to listen to the radio, and we live like just a few neighborhoods apart. And I got over there, and the game hadn't started. And I was like, what's the deal? So I honestly didn't know that hour between here and then the game. I had just some other stuff to do I was trying to knock out. And he's like, yeah. So I hopped on, and got on Twitter and saw everything going on. I didn't know Matt Duncan had been suspended at that point.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and they lost another quarterback. I'm like, there's no way. Like, are you kidding me? Like, they're not starting that guy? So, yeah, really, so to answer your question, I was very surprised because I actually used a little bit of time to get away from it and then try to come back to it right at kickoff. So it was like I was completely thrown off trying to hustle and get ready and watch the game, and then sure enough, I had plenty of time and had to learn up on Kamal Gray after spending all week focusing on Matt Duncan and all that.
And Shirley, by the way, we should apologize to the listeners for not saying that Gray was the son of the guy from the Roots, right? Because you were playing music during the pregame show from artists from Philadelphia, and I remember you saying before the pregame, we got to get some Roots in there.
Yeah.
And how about the starting quarterback for Temple was the son
of Kamal Gray Sr.
Yes, and we did not put that together during the pregame show. We'll try to get Kevin Monroe on this week because he was talking about it.
Yeah, that's where I found it out. I was actually in the car. I was on my way, as we mentioned earlier, to Target, and I heard it, and I said, wait a minute. I said, are you serious?
Well, first of all, you were on the way, and we were at a stoplight, and we were beside each other, and Shirley, we rolled out the window, and I was going to say it to you, and you're like, did you hear about the guy, the quarterback? He's the guy from the Roots' son.
Yeah,
we're
it was like,
there talking on the highway.
Yeah, we're sitting side by side at a stoplight, and I was like, did you Kevin Monroe just said, and you said, yeah, I just heard it on the radio, and I was like,
about to text
how did we
you.
not mention that? I was like, how did I not put two and two together that, the Roots are Philadelphia based, and somehow I just completely missed it.
Slipped through the cracks, but we can't get everything for you on the pregame. We try to, but we'll be better this Saturday if the if Bouchel is the grandson of a guy from ZZ Top or something, we'll make sure to let you know.
What's his last name again?
Shane Bouchel.
Boucher?
Bobby Boucher?
Looks like
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Bobby Boucher.
Football's the devil.
I think his dad was a professional athlete. I think I've heard that one before, like a baseball player or something. Not sure.
I mean,
maybe.
He is famous for his high-quality H2O.
That is correct. Let's take a timeout. Shirley will come back, have more with Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector, talk a little bit more about ECU Temple, look ahead to SMU. When we return on Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
Banking is banking until service is not the same. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust, and this year has been unusual, but we have continued to focus on what has always been important to us, our customers. When businesses needed access to the Paycheck Protection Program, our team of local bankers worked around the clock to successfully keep our customers open and their employees working. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? We are Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Naughty Dog Brewing Company would like to thank everyone for voting them one of the best breweries in 2020. Stop by Naughty Dog this holiday season for a cold one with friends and family, or pick up some crowlers to go. Naughty Dog also has gift cards and cool swag perfect for presents. Naughty Dog has new beer releases every month, plus a great selection of wines, seltzers, and ciders. Also, don't forget about the pub run every Monday at 6:15. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and a fun follow on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and get things done right with a John Deere tractor package from Quality Equipment. You can't afford to lose on your home turf, so we'll help you get the driveway done right at the right price. Right now, our 1023E driveway package starts as low as $148 per month. So get quality done right before every ECU football weekend. Visit QualityEquip.com. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal Housing Lender.
2020 certainly hasn't been the year many of us were hoping for, but one thing has stayed the same. I'm Tim Sutton with Greenville Auto World, and our commitment to our customers has never wavered. Let Greenville Auto World show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Greenville. We believe in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Your vehicle is a big investment, and our customers trust us to keep them up and running with outstanding service and value. With Greenville Auto World, cross some Hardee's at Bell's Fork.
Hey, welcome to Jack Brown's. What can I get you?
Can I get a vodka soda with a lime, please?
No liquor, just beer. We have beer out the wazoo. And we don't even know what a wazoo is. IPAs, sours, gozas, wheats, stouts, porters, you name it, we got it.
Drink 100 beers and join the Notch Club. Don't be a nerd. Ask about the Notch Club.
Yeah, we've got the best craft beer in Greenville.
Awesome. I'll take a pack to us light.
You got it, on the way.
Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint, located at 805 Dickinson Avenue, right in the heart of Uptown Greenville.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Pirate Radio.
It's great to be on. This is an honor. You know, Pirate Radio is kind of a cult following around North Carolina, so I'm excited.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Make sure you watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. Go to YouTube and search for Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. And, of course, the Bud Light pregame tailgate and the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter on game days. Just go to YouTube and search Pirate Radio TV and subscribe. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, welcome back to the program. Wrapping up hour number 2. Ronnie Woodward here. Troy D. A pre-appearance. He'll be on at 5 o'clock as well. What's up, Troy?
Welcome back, Quip, as Iron Mike would say.
That was a big get.
That was an awesome get, man.
Good to get him.
I was pretty cool. Fired up about that.
Just to update you, we went into the last break talking about the father of Shane Buechele. Ronnie thought he was a former Major League Baseball player, and Ronnie is correct. In fact, he's a former minor league player of the year, Steve Buechele. We went and saw his numbers, Ronnie. Ended his career with 137 home runs, 547 RBIs. A couple other notes. He's got 2 other kids that played sports and were in Major League Baseball. His roommate at Stanford was John Elway. So there you go. We got a lot of tidbits on opposing teams' quarterbacks and their dads.
And his son is really good.
Quarterback for ECU's dad is the PA announcer at East Carolina, Morgan Ehlers.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the Steve Buechele update.
Was named after athletes.
Of course I did.
They've talked about it like 3 times on broadcast this year. I didn't know it until this year.
Until Pirate Radio Live. We broke it out. Morgan went over them all one day.
Yeah. That's where I heard it first, and then they talked about it on a broadcast.
Every game since then.
And Holden is Torrey Holt.
Yeah.
Which is odd, but
yeah, because it's a state guy.
Yeah, Morgan said he liked the name, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you know Blake Prohl's dad was Ricky Prohl?
Who's that?
I have no idea.
Just some random guy.
Yeah, I think so.
Rick Prohl.
Zaven Collins is still hurt for Tulsa.
And the player of the week again after his interception return.
That dude is a beast.
All right, Ronnie, recapping. Good to see Bruce Bivens have a big game on Saturday because, I don't know, I kind of felt like he was lost in the shuffle earlier this year at linebacker and has played a lot of football here. He had a ton of tackles and then was able to cap off the day with an interception.
Yeah, big game for him. And he's one of the guys, I mean, obviously Tyler Snead, you could throw in Keaton Mitchell, but I think on the defensive side, Bruce Bivens is one of the guys you want to move or have momentum kind of moving into this week. Because we're talking about Buechele, and I remember that game last year. And unless things have drastically changed, they do a lot with Buechele. SMU does pre-snap and changing plays and moving guys around. They trust him as a senior. He's been around for a long time. So I think that, not to get too technical, but that's one of those chess match whatever type things to look for in this game Saturday. And Bruce Bivens is a big part of that. Xavier Smith, those linebackers, the vocal kind of leaders of the defense reacting to what SMU is going to do, because they do have a lot of movement and a lot of kind of picking apart of defenses. They did it a ton last year. That's why the game was 59-51 or whatever it was. So yeah, I think Bivens and those guys, the secondary, are going to have to play well because, they do a lot of different things. And they have what made SMU so good last year, and it's similar this year, but really it was last year. They don't have just one running back or one receiver is really good. It's that they have a bunch of different guys, and the quarterback just kind of engineers it all. So I think a big challenge for ECU's defense, and I think Bivens will be right in the middle of it.
Huge game for Tyler Snead last year against SMU. Huge game for Holton Ehlers. 498 yards, 6 touchdowns for Ehlers a year ago. That passing offense just has not been there this season. Pirates have been really good running the football, and were again against Temple on Saturday. Last year, ECU did have 146 rushing yards as a team. Leading rusher that day, Ronnie, Tay Williams.
Wow.
Followed up by Demetrius Mooney, a couple of guys that we haven't seen this year. Tay no longer on the team.
Where are they now?
Mooney is somewhere, kind of MIA on the ECU roster. But running the football going to be a key against SMU coming up this week.
Yeah, now, again, going back to that game last year, I just remember a lot of it. That ECU was clearly in the game, but I always felt from covering it up there in the press box, I never felt they really were gonna win. They just couldn't stop SMU.
Every time they would be down 2 possessions and score, and I don't know. I wonder how many times they had the ball, with a chance to tie it or take the lead.
It wasn't a ton. There was a few, but again, every time they scored, SMU would score again. And SMU had a lead early, and it just stayed that way. It was one of the weirdest games I've seen where it was really close, but it was like, is ECU really going to get 2 stops in a row, which is what it was going to take, and score to take the lead? And it really, honestly, never felt that way until the very end. SMU ended the game by going for it on 4th down with the lead at midfield because they didn't want to give the ball back. They went for it on 4th down. They threw a slant to Prochet, who was really good. Yeah. Everybody in the world knew that play was coming, and ECU couldn't stop it because they were just so efficient, really, on offense. SMU was. So, again, I don't think they're that explosive as last year. I think that team last year from SMU was really, really good. But it's a similar type setup. You got to find a way to stop them because last year they clearly, 59-51, they just couldn't do it. They scored a ton, but couldn't get enough stops on defense.
Remember how many catches Snead had last year, Troy, in this game?
I don't.
He was in the 20s, right?
19.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, just crazy. And 240 yards, 3 touchdowns. So, what's he going to do for an encore this year? We shall see.
And he's riding some momentum.
He is.
I mean, he had a great game. So
big game.
How many different SMU receivers in that game
caught a pass?
Yeah, or just had big games. I mean,
Prochet 14 for 167. Yeah. And they
tight end is still there. That Granson guy
7 for 138, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So I guess it was mainly those two, but yeah. The running back was pretty good. He's not there anymore. Xavier Jones, right? Yeah.
157 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a no, leave your defense at home game.
Yeah, it was.
Total this year is at 69. I saw SMU scored 59 last year, ECU 51. I mean, but the Pirates offense, has been struggling, especially the passing game.
Yeah.
Can the Pirates keep up with SMU this year?
Yeah.
That's the question.
And I think it's both teams. Again, I don't think SMU gets to 50. Certainly not 59. I don't know if they get to even to 50 in this one. So both teams' style was kind of changed. But the 2 quarterbacks are still there, and that's kind of the key for both teams. Both those guys are still there. And, for ECU especially, you have a lot of your main weapons back. Tyler Snead, obviously, we talked about. So there's a potential for high scoring this game, but I think ECU has to really kind of step up to do that and play with SMU.
SMU bring a lot of horsepower on that offense this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Shirley? Nothing.
Hey, they do. I remember that from Dallas last year. They have a horse that runs across the field when they score, like Oklahoma style.
But that's only home games, right?
Yeah.
No, they bring it on the road too.
That would be cool.
Travels with the team.
I was thinking they bring like a little pony, like a travel size one for away games.
The ponies, yeah. Bring a little fella with you.
My Little Pony.
Just sit it on the sidelines. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. That poor horse last year was.
Oh God, 59 points. Yeah. By the way, Troy, speaking of live mascots, Steve the Pirate dropped by the pregame the other day.
Oh, man.
Out of costume and in a mask. And
Did you even know who it was?
I had to, my neck was all the way on the side. Like, who's this guy? Steve the Pirate.
That's incognito.
You. Yeah. He was low key, but dropped by.
I've missed Steve.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Great.
All right. Is he still jacked?
I was coming back on the air. Oh, yeah. He's looking good. I
didn't know if he put on the COVID-19 or something. He's been out of shape. Steve the Pirate.
What if he was fat now? Nah, still had the same wardrobe,
beard, and
that would knock you
long hair.
The team fired up.
Yeah. What if he had an off year?
He's still looking good.
No,
I didn't see the facial hair because he had a mask on. So
yeah,
I don't know if he's still got the same look. All right, Ronnie, thanks for hanging out, man.
You got it.
We'll talk to you one final time on Saturday for the finale.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. right here in the Pirate Radio Studios.
June home games for the entire season.
Oh, this was like my worst nightmare growing up.
Yeah.
As a younger Pirate fan, I would have hated it.
Troy,
as an older Pirate fan, I love it.
If tailgating was allowed, you would have been bitching by mid-season.
Oh, God, it'd be terrible. But since tailgating's not allowed, let's go ahead and play it and get it done.
It is what it is.
Has the season gone by fast for you guys? Or is it
for sure.
Well, yeah, there's only been 9 games.
Yeah.
It's been a weird year.
And if you missed it, John, Ronnie, I saw you first put it out. That's how I was notified of it. But John Gilbert had from the helm, no December football for the Pirates. This is going to be it.
And I think that's the right call. We'll talk more about it in the next hour, but I do think that is the right call for where you weigh the pros versus the cons for just adding the season for an extra week. I think there's only downside for ECU. It's for the cost.
Ronnie, we'll talk to you Saturday. Troy D, we'll talk to you in 4 minutes here on Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3. We're back with you after this.
The holiday season is upon us, and have you been naughty or nice this season? Well, it doesn't matter at the Naughty Life, because no matter who you are, you can find the perfect gift for anyone. This holiday season, stroll the new and improved streets of downtown Washington. Be sure to visit the Naughty Life for the latest Yeti products, signs, clothing, home decor, and many other unique gift items. Plus, their gift wrapping is fantastic, and my favorite, it's free. The Naughty Life on Main Street in downtown Washington.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
Did you know that every year in the United States, 7,000 people become HVAC technicians? But did you also know that every year, 10,000 HVAC technicians retire? This is HB Moore with Tradesformers, a youth apprenticeship program designed to connect talented students with growing industry trades in our area. November is National Apprenticeship Month, and we encourage anyone interested in joining the growing trade workforce to visit tradesformers.com to learn more and to get started. The possibilities and career paths ahead of you are endless.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
You've seen it on TV, and now you can experience it for yourself. Introducing the Warrior Zone, Greenville's first and ever only Ninja Warrior training facility. This is John from the Warrior Zone, where community, fun, and fitness collide. We offer weekly ninja training classes, memberships, one-on-one coaching, competition teams, and open gym. Not a ninja? No problem. We work with everyone and want people to feel encouraged when they leave Warrior Zone. Make your life better with Ninja Fun at the Warrior Zone. Old Tall Road, next to Plant and See at warriorzone.ninja.
Let's turn a trip to the branch into a tap on your phone. Let's hit pause on a lost debit card without hitting pause on life. That's how First National Bank is redefining convenience with a top-rated mobile app that puts more security and control at your fingertips and friendly people to help you succeed right by your side. Let's get started at fnb-online.com or your local First National Bank. FNB member FDIC.
This just in, the holidays are not canceled. Now, back to you.
Thanks, Shirley. With the holidays approaching, it is time to plan those special end-of-the-year get-togethers with friends and coworkers at Emporium. Explore your pour at Emporium, Greenville's favorite place for private events. Emporium offers 52 self-pour taps, plus a nice selection of wine and champagne on tap as well. Book today by calling 565-8773 or visit Emporium.com and follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Emporium, Dickinson Avenue, downtown Greenville.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ronnie's Motorsports and we'll guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ronnie's Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
a tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle and take a tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle and take a tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle and take a tambourine, go and take a tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Atlantic Wireless is your local authorized U.S. cellular agent and now offers curbside service and free home delivery. In addition to phone service, Atlantic Wireless has a great selection of tablets and now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. And as we head back into Pirate Radio Live, here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right. Thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
All right. I can't hear you.
Well, that's interesting because
I can see you through the glass.
Well, of course you can see me through the glass.
You want to touch the glass like they do in jail?
This is very jail-like.
That was nice. That was a special moment right there. All right, you got Troy D here in hour number 3. Hello again, Troy.
Clipper, good to see you, my man. Welcome back. Hi, you sounding good? You looking good? Can I touch you? Is that all right?
That's up to you.
I mean, I didn't know if you were still not feeling good.
Well, just no touching policy, I think, is good, even if I am feeling good.
Probably so. That kind of came off the wrong way.
It's no loss.
It's more of a pat on the back, folks, listening on the radio.
No loss Monday, Troy D. Washington wins. Bears didn't play.
You cannot lose if you have an open date.
And then you beat off.
We did.
Good off week for the Bears.
Yeah.
Once again, Panthers with a W, Chan Man. And Shirley's Dolphins didn't want to play along. They lost. Sorry, Shirley. But the Pirates win on Saturday.
Yes.
Although for some,
is it? Go ahead.
It was a win and a moral loss for some folks out there.
Boy, it's funny, man. I was listening to the postgame show, and the very first call we got, if I didn't watch the game, I'd be like, damn, how bad did we get beat?
And the caller, you'll hear it on the big calls.
There were some angry calls, but
he even apologized. He said, sorry to start the show off with a negative call, but
I get it. I mean, it was a win, and we'll take a win, and we need all the wins we can get, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it is kind of let's be honest, and let's be fair. We try and call it straight. Temple's team was depleted.
Oh, man.
They were playing injured. They were playing without players due to COVID. They were on their 5th-string quarterback.
The game almost got canceled at one point.
Yeah, I mean, it was, we'll take it, but let's not act like we won a national championship.
We'll hear the big calls of the 5th quarter coming up in just a moment. Also, we'll hear from Mike Houston, Xavier Smith, Tyler Sneed, and Troy D. We've got the treasure chest coming up next Tuesday. We'll open that up for the first time. How about 2 big winners this hour on Pirate Radio Live out of the booty bag?
All right.
So a lot to get to. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We roll on after this.
Take a tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle and take a tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle and take a tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle and take a tambourine, go and take a tambourine, go and get yourself.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Do you think you or your employees might have been exposed to COVID-19? ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral needed. Same-day results available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers easy employer solutions to COVID-19 testing. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com.
What's the big deal?
Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand toss pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going, go!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling is taking a beating. Guarantee your family's comfort all fall and winter with a new Train system. It's hard to stop a train. For a limited time, get a new Train system with 0% financing for 60 months. Go to DelcorInc.com for more information. Delcor, the service professionals. See your independent Train dealer for details. Call 1-888-534-6898 for details.
Turkey, ham, bacon, these and other meats are great around the holidays and every other day, but they all leave behind grease when you cook them, and grease is a real pain in the drain. When you pour grease down a drain, it cools and can clog sewer lines. That can lead to sewer spills, which are messy, bad for the environment, and can also be expensive. Never pour grease down the drain. Instead, collect it in a container like a used soup can or jar. Let it cool and throw it away in the trash. Together, we can protect our sewer system and the environment. For more information, go to GUC.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
The busiest travel days of the year will soon be here. What better way to arrive at Grandma's house, or any house, than in a beautiful new vehicle? Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. The new models are a feast for the eyes, and as comfortable as mashed potatoes and apple pie. And comfortable is the way you feel each and every time you visit our dealership. Come in and get you one. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come in and see our holiday savings. You'll drive home satisfied.
CD's Grill in Winterville wants to thank you for all of your support during these crazy times. CD's Grill has the area's best country cooking, and you can come and enjoy a down-home breakfast or one of our daily country lunch specials at CD's Grill.
CD's now has an incredible lunch special from 11 till 2 every Saturday. Choose from 2 hot dogs, cheeseburger, or chicken sandwich with fries and a drink for only $4.99 at CD's Grill every Saturday.
CD's Grill, 111 West Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts for any business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. 2 winners coming up in this hour. As Shirley just reminded me. Remind me again, Shirley, at the end of this segment.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to forget again.
I was getting ready to remind you just now.
Yeah, just keep reminding me throughout the segment.
Okay.
And we will have a winner at the end of this segment, a winner later on in this hour on Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3, Troy D. and CB.
How are your headphones sounding, Clip?
So Troy is very proud of himself, which is no shock. I mean, Troy D loves Troy D, which is very important. Well, if you don't love yourself, how are others going to love you, you know?
Well, I haven't thought about it like that, Clip, but sure.
And Whitney Houston said, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all.
Yeah. If you hate yourself, then you might be miserable all the time.
And others are going to hate you as well. So it is important to love yourself.
Yeah.
Troy had a huge moment during the break here.
Well, I'm not, I surround myself with good people because they're good at sometimes what I'm not good at. And even though
like a head coach, you got to have good assistants.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Hey, coach gets a lot of credit, but let's be honest, it's the assistants that do a lot of the work, And we had a technical glitch here. And, I've been around electronics my whole career here. So, that doesn't make me an expert. So I usually have to call in people to help, and we lost our headphones earlier, which if you haven't done a radio show before, that's a big deal. Like, we can't hear Shirley or Chandler good. We can't hear the sound effects.
Can't hear Mike Houston in a moment, the big calls.
It's a problem when you're doing a radio show.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can diagnose this. Let's see where the power source is. And Shirley came right as I was feeling where the knob actually came loose from the back of the box, so to speak. And we were able to get it back in and back powered up.
And you said that might be the first time you've ever fixed something technically in all your years here at Pirate Radio.
Without having to call in for help, yes. Yeah, I was kind of proud of myself.
Who needs a phone call?
Usually when the mics go out or we have a problem with the receiver, I got to call somebody. So
Wes, your services are no longer needed. Troy D is now
this is good. Our
technical
This could be my new side hustle.
Yeah, so well done. I can hear you loud and clear now, Troy D. Good stuff.
There's cons to every pro.
I don't.
Yeah, because now you can hear me. That was a self-deprecating joke.
Now I get it.
See, self-deprecating joke. I was trying to be like, who's the guy on Monday Night Football had to explain everything?
Dennis Miller.
No, the guy on the sideline. They used to have him on the wheel him up and down.
Oh, Booger?
Yeah, Booger.
Oh, thought you were talking about Dennis Miller's dumb jokes. But
see, a self-deprecating joke clip is when you make fun of yourself.
I get it now. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Again, you love yourself so much, you usually stay away from the self-deprecating humor. So I wasn't even ready for it.
Throwing curveballs to you left and right here, seeing how healthy you are.
I'm trying to get back to 100%.
What do you say, 95? You sound 95% back to me.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Still inside, you're 100%. Outside, voice 95%.
Yeah, and I don't know if outside I'll ever be 100%.
Well, that's true. It's kind of like,
that's pretty good.
It's kind of like your battery in your cell phone. After a while, even if you charge it 100%, it only gives you like 88% full. Like,
yeah.
That's kind of like, even if you're 100%, you can only get so good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great analogy. So yeah, and awesome job by you, Ellerbe, Corey Glore, Shirley Chanman, everybody filling in last week. And appreciate that.
Appreciate Corey stepping up and everyone else. And we had some great shows. Good to have you back, though.
I was kind of worried because usually, like, I try to get back and you guys need me back pretty quick. And last week it was like, you know what, just stay away. And I was like, oh, crap, am I being replaced?
Well,
like, I got to get back.
It is true. In the past, we've been like, well, how sick are you? But I don't know. We just
Troy will bring me a Gatorade and be like, you're good.
Yeah. But in the age of COVID, we felt like, man, even if Clip is healthy on the inside, but he's got a head cold and his voice doesn't sound right, we bring him back. The perception is, God, they're making Clip work sick and it's COVID. So I didn't want people to get the wrong impression.
Oh, so you didn't care about me. This was a perception thing.
And we didn't want to get sick if, depending on your test was false positive, false negative, or just false. I mean, I don't know.
Because I don't even know how much I trust the test.
Right. I heard you talk about that the other day. So we're like, let's just give you a full week to fully recover. Make sure you have no symptoms. And we were able to step up, and then we brought in Corey and some other folks too. So that's why. But you're right. It was a little, hey, no, you're good. Enjoy your week off.
Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly vacation. I can tell you that.
No, it was just personal time, is what we call that.
A lot of crappy Netflix shows and coughing.
What did you do? Like
sneezing.
Yeah. Did you rest a lot?
A lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like doing much. So stayed in my room and away from the rest of the people in my house.
Were you like looking forward to getting back? Like, did you start to miss us after a while? Sometimes if I stay away too long, I'm like, I start to look forward to I can't wait to get back at it.
Yeah, but the problem was, as you know, I couldn't really talk. Yeah. So it was like, even if I was feeling better, it's hard to do radio when you can't speak.
It's what I call, it used to happen to me once a year. I'd go out to Vegas with the guys, and I'd have Vegas voice when I get back.
Yeah.
Because you'd be yelling it, for so many times.
We know the reasons.
And I couldn't remember. I'd have a couple days where I couldn't speak.
I know. You'd come back on that Monday, and it would be a struggle for sure. And Ellerbe would make fun of you. And the good old Vegas days.
Yeah, haven't been there in a long time. So,
but
it's been better.
I came in for an hour on Friday to kind of like a preseason game.
Yeah,
did a little warm up.
That was good.
So I could be ready to go for Saturday.
Yeah,
and made it through. So
yeah, you guys sounded good. I enjoyed that.
And a big day on Saturday. Troy capped off with the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter call-in show, and I guess we'll go ahead and segue into that right now.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
We didn't get a ton of calls, and Rick Smith during the show said, man, when we win, we don't get many calls, do we? Coach?
Yeah, it's the psychology of the post game. And it really comes down to you think about customer service. If you're at a store, if you people that complain the loudest are the ones that are upset, that are angry. They'll post a comment or they're not happy. Sometimes when you're happy, you don't say anything. You're just happy and you go on with your. Well, that football's a lot like that too.
I think it's
if you're satisfied,
too.
You don't necessarily call in and go, "Oh man, I feel great." Sometimes
if you're satisfied, you don't. If it's a great win, an upset, or a big win over a rival, then there are a lot of calls.
You want to celebrate it.
If it's an awful loss, you shouldn't have lost, or you get blown out. You call in. If it's kind of there in the middle,
which this was. This was a middle win.
Even though it was 28-3, it was against a completely depleted, Temple team. Look, still a great win. We needed to beat Temple. We needed to get that monkey off
and
the
it
back.
didn't come down to the wire or anything. So I think, and it was a nice day. So I think there were plenty of people listening and watching, but I do think it affects the call volume.
Right. So we got a few, and we have the big calls of the fifth quarter. Shirley Rhodes, let's hit that right now.
The big calls of the fifth quarter.
We will start with Matt in Connecticut. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good to talk with you. Always happy to get a win. I got to say the defense completely bailed us out today. They played really well up front against the fifth-string quarterback. Offensively, guys, very unimpressed with the game plan, from Donnie and Coach Houston. I've been very supportive of those guys, but that game plan today was awful, in my opinion. This offense has no tempo. It's completely stagnant. We're quick kicking on 4th and 9 in plus territory. We don't play Mason Garcia the entire fourth quarter. That's a squandered opportunity. I think Holton had a terrible day. So once again, thanks to the defense for bailing us out. Tyler Snead is our best player. Get that kid the ball. Great job on special teams to get that touchdown there. But we get the win. I'm not impressed, guys. I'm sorry to say your first call is a negative one, but I'm just not impressed.
Let's go to Cameron next in Greenville. Hey, Cameron.
We should have won that game like 45-3 instead of 28-3. Temple was just really pathetic. I actually felt bad for them. But a win is a win, guys. And we'll take all the wins we could get. We should have 3 wins right now with Tulsa. If we have a quarterback, we might have 4 against Navy. So, there's been signs of improvement all season, but we should have put up more points. Our passing game is really, I don't know what has happened to our passing game apart from the game against Tulsa when Holton had a good game. It's not like our receivers. Is it just the offensive line or is it Holton too?
We got B. Pace and Raleigh. What's up, Pace?
But Coach Smith got a good point, though, about, at some point Garcia is probably, we're living a different world today than, like Coach said. At some point, there's going to have to be a decision made, with Garcia because he's not going to sit that long. We're just not in that, not in that realm and in that world anymore. And I just don't understand, that last couple series there. You're up 28, to 3 or whatever. Why not get him in? I just don't understand that. I don't know what DK and Coach Houston, I respect their football knowledge, and they got much more than I do, but I just don't understand their thinking right now. But Holton is struggling. I don't know if it's just because they've taken the run option away from him, but he did have the big run today, but he's struggling. He missed Pro today 3 times.
John is up in Kitty Hawk. Hey, John.
I'm a little concerned myself about the way Garcia's being handled and the struggling that Ehlers has. With these extra years and so forth, Ehlers will have 2 years. But I don't believe, based on what I've seen so far, that he is going to be a draft pick, especially for quarterback. And so Garcia, he got a redshirt year this year. So I'm not sure whether he has 5 more years or 4 more years. But regardless, there are a lot of schools out there that would love to have a prospect like that.
There is John.
Is that it?
Heard from B. Pace, Cameron. And our first caller who got us started by apologizing that he had a negative call, Matt in Connecticut.
Feelings are feelings, Clip.
Yeah.
You're entitled to your feelings.
I didn't.
You were a little negative, I felt like, on the win. On Twitter. But that's, I know your alter ego at times, so.
No, well, it was. But
I don't want to say more negative or realistic.
Yeah. Just, you did what you were supposed to do. You beat a team that that didn't want to play, honestly.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I thought when they delayed the game, I'm like, there's no way this thing's going to. I was like, we're going to be done. Like, they went up there for nothing. Like, how much money are we going to lose on this one now that we didn't even get to play this game? So I'm glad
we were going to get some Dabo comments from Mike Houston instead of Dabo saying it would have been Mike Houston.
Correct.
Temple didn't want to play this game.
And I didn't think Temple did. I mean,
the coach had said previously, like, he was like,
for sure they were trying to find a way to get out of it.
He was like, I don't know, we shouldn't have played the last few weeks. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on up there, but they've got a lot of issues right now.
But they got it in. ECU, this is such a weird year. They announced today there will be no more additional games. So this will be a 9-game season for ECU. I think I have to go back and look at the history books. When's the last time ECU only had 9 football games? I mean, do you have to go back to like the 40s maybe?
Yeah, I was going to say like 60s or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd have to go look at the media guide and find out. But what a weird season to have 9 games. So what would you be bowl eligible at on a 9-game season?
I think everybody's bowl eligible.
So if we finish 2-7, are we bowl eligible?
Yeah, I think everybody is.
I don't think they're going to do that many bowl games this year. I think they'll do a few big ones, and then they'll do the national championship ones. But I see most of these bowls taking a year off.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, and how many teams want to go to a bowl? How many teams, want? How many of these coaches want this thing to just be over for this year?
Well, in ECU, as we mentioned, when we had heard this was going to be the case, ECU's AD, John Gilbert, made it official today. There will not be extra games for ECU this year, which some folks are disappointed by. Some folks are like ready to just let this season end and move on next year.
Again, selfishly, I would like to see another game.
Yeah, but if they did, it would, December 5th, it would only extend the season by a week. So you don't get that much extra playing time or practice time with the team. There's a huge expense if you have it.
Right, that's the main thing.
It's a guaranteed money loser. So is it worth $300,000 when the program is already bleeding millions of dollars in the red right now? Do you really need another expense like that? That there's probably, and if you lose the game, you go into this end of the season with a lot of momentum. If you beat a team like SMU, then all of a sudden you're kind of ending the season on an uptick, a 2-game win streak.
Yeah,
you beat a legit SMU. I mean, SMU's a good team. But I think it was the right move probably just to go ahead and end it. And I'm glad they got in as many games as they did this year.
Yeah. Troy D, to answer your question, you got to go back to 1969. ECU finished that year 2-7.
So it was not the summer of 69, the fall of 69.
Got my first real 6-string.
Wow. Nicely done, Brian Adams.
Pirates go 2-9 with wins over Southern Illinois and then 2,000 people.
Wait. They go what? 2-7.
2-7. I'm sorry, with the 9 games. Yeah. Beat Southern Illinois, the Salukis, and the Furman Paladins.
Wow,
for their 2 wins.
So, and if we lose to SMU, we'll go 2-7 this year.
That is correct.
Match that 1969 record.
So,
which predates all of us.
It does.
Yeah.
That's the last time they played 9 games.
History. We'll take their word for it. How do we know that's accurate?
That's a great point.
Have you fact checked that?
How do you fact check the fact book? I don't know. Right. I don't know where else to go.
Good point. I mean, what if someone lies? No, we weren't alive back then. How do we know?
You're very skeptical these days, Troy.
Everything.
Don't believe everything you hear or read, especially on this show.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Only 50% of it.
Anything else from the From the Helm?
Yeah, there was. Day? Let me pull that up real quick. I was surprised by how much money they've raised for the We Believe Fund.
That's been great.
So this is the fundraising they're trying to do for the shortfall this year, especially in scholarships. They said they've raised nearly $400,000. Now that's still a drop in the bucket in the shortfall, but a tremendous amount for just something they put out there in an email a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
like I'm kind of stunned that they've raised that. That's great that they've raised that much money, but it's going to take a lot more to fill the gap.
Another money raising effort they're doing, Troy D, is the cutouts at basketball games. You see that?
Yeah, and I meant to ask you about this. You're my basketball guy. I know you love basketball. $50. I'm not. Does that get you the whole season?
I would assume so.
Okay. Does Clip Brock do a cutout?
I thought about it. Like, my dad gets season tickets, goes to every game. He's by himself most of the time in 213 anyway. Would that be something he'd like? I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
I don't. But you know, it's supporting ECU.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather just give them $50.
Right.
You know,
I'm not like a cutout guy, so that's not like a big deal for me.
I like that. That's like a thing in 2020.
Well, I'm thinking
now.
like, where could I take $50 and get a more bang for my buck? You know, now if you want to donate to the program, donate to the program.
Right,
that's a different deal. I'm not talking this as a fundraiser.
Exactly.
I'm just talking about strictly. Do you?
It doesn't do a lot for me to have a
right.
cutout.
Do you pay money for a cutout that nobody sees?
Yeah.
Like now, I think they should give you the cutout when they're done. But then what do you do with it? You're going to put a cutout of yourself in your home or office?
Troy, yes, he would.
Of course I would. So that I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah, can you just give it to me and put it in the office?
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I mean, I could have it right in the lobby as people come in.
Troy would put it right here in the seat when nobody else. Clip, do you have a guest? No. Okay, put me in here.
But no, $50 is a little, I don't know. I'm like, man, I can go get a good steak dinner for $50.
I think that's I don't know what the going rate is for these things, but that's a pretty good price point.
I guess.
I would set it at.
Yeah. But is there a limit to how many they can do? Like if they say we're only doing 200 or we're doing 6,000 of these.
Yeah.
I don't do it until the last one is sold. Like,
I don't think they're worried right now about a limit, about setting a limit. I think they want as many as they can get.
I'm just curious. I didn't know, like, and who, like, how do you submit the picture? Do they pick a picture of you?
I would assume you submit the picture, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they like have a deal with the North Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles and they pull it off your license.
Could be. I'm going to say no on that one. There probably are restrictions. I mean, you can't be naked. You can't, you know.
How do you know?
I'm going to say.
Now you're assuming there's restrictions. What are the restrictions?
You're right. We're both making asses out of you and me at this moment. I don't know.
I mean, there might be people that want like their dog up there.
Should I get Eric Ward on the show the next couple of days and talk about this?
I think we should probably clarify it. What's he doing now?
I'll find out. Eric,
tell him to call. Hey, Eric, if you're listening, call in. We do have questions on the cutout, and we'll promote it for you for free.
There you go. We'll see if he's available. In fact, Shirley, you want to make somebody a winner right now and open up the booty bag?
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
What are we giving away? Prize 1 of 2 during this hour, Shirley.
Well, I got to turn my mic on first. How about let's do free lunch at CPW's?
CPW's Troy D.
Oh, man, one of my favorite places.
I love going over Troy D's power rankings. What are your, so many great options there.
I got to tell you, I ate at CPW's the other day, and I was going for this. They have a salmon and broccoli dish with like a side of fettuccine, and it was so popular, they sold out of all the salmon because I got there a little too late.
Wow.
So I went to my backup, which is their Cajun shrimp wrap. It's Cajun fried shrimp, lettuce and tomato, and a great wrap, and then you pick a couple sides.
Awesome.
It was I subbed out the sides for a salad, which you can do, Clip, trying to eat a little lighter, going a little healthier.
Good deal.
As we head into a holiday week.
Yeah.
Figure I'm going to be carb loading on Thursday or Friday, you know, with the turkey and stuffing. Let's ease into the week, you know, not with my foot on the gas.
Great plan.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Since you asked.
Yeah.
Don't ask if you don't want to know.
I wanted to know. I'm glad I know. All right, you can eat CPW's on us if you are caller 12 317 1250. We're back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2020 GMC for 0% for 84 months or save over $8,000 off all models. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Christmas presents are great, but Christmas cash is awesome. This is Vince from Play It Again Sports in Greenville, and it's time for us to help you turn around the stuff in your house into cash. Clean out your closets and garages for cash today. We're buying sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, tennis, lacrosse, hockey, and more. We're buying bicycles, skateboards, snowboards, water skis, treadmills, ellipticals, dumbbells, and more. Play It Again Sports, your home for Christmas cash. Just past the Cracker Barrel on Greenville Boulevard. Find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is Scott Muller with Clean Eats. Carol and I would like to personally thank all of you for supporting Clean Eats so well through these tough times. We are blessed to have such a great community helping us weather the storm. If you're having trouble consistently eating healthy, go to cleaneats.com and click on meal plans and give our tasty and affordable meals a try. Or stop by the cafe for lunch and let us show you just how simple and easy it is to get started and stay on track. Clean Eats, it's a lifestyle. 805 Red Banks Road, Arlington Village.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. What kind of wellness services do you guys offer?
We have massage therapy with your choice of either a relaxation massage, a therapeutic stretching session, or a prenatal massage. We have foot reflexology. We partner with Pirate Cryo for cryotherapy, also known as cold therapy, and we have health and wellness coaching. And if you're interested in holistic body therapy and saving money, we encourage you to check out our wellness membership plan where you can have all of our wellness services at a constant discounted price. You can learn more today at kptonline.com.
Weekdays are a great time to visit North Carolina State Parks. The best time to learn about nature is to be able to look, listen, and feel its natural beauty. A visit to the North Carolina State Parks is perfect for homeschoolers, scout groups, and teachers looking for a fun field trip during the week. You'll be amazed at all the natural wildlife you'll see when you experience the beauty of each North Carolina State Park. Visit ncparks.gov to get all the information on the closest park near you.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
You can paint these peaches purple!
Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Richard Alto of Greenville. Picked up lunch. A free lunch courtesy of CPW. CPW's is back open every day for lunch. Their classic menu is also back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. You can start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's back open for lunch in the Stanton Square Shopping Center next to the hospital, and you can follow CPW's on Facebook for daily updates. And as we head back into Pirate Radio Live, Clip, if Richard Alto sounds familiar, he is one of your regulars for trivia at AJ's, and he wanted me to pass along that he is glad that you are feeling much better.
Richard, thank you. I was going to say, Shirley, I hope to see Richard and his son Shane, who is a Pirate Radio super fan, back at trivia soon.
Yeah,
great people.
Big fans, yeah.
And thanks for tuning in.
Speaking of that garlic butter, Shirley, that's good stuff right there. Like, their bread's really good, but then you put the garlic butter, I'm like, oh, man.
You know,
I like have it on every bite.
I'm pretty traditional. I just like to go with like spaghetti or like a lasagna. But I don't think I've ever tried the garlic butter.
Oh, it comes like with your meal. Next time you go, you got to just make sure you.
I don't know why I'm thinking I'd never try the garlic butter because I'm pretty sure I'd be down for that.
You got to try it and report back to me.
Okay.
Sounds good. You should get us some, Troy D. Just like you got Mike Mullis and I that dip from the other restaurant.
I thought about that. I was at Winslow's the other day, and I was like, you know what? I never got those guys the raisin glaze dip. From
Still waiting around on that.
And I was thinking about it because I got a sandwich with the hot chips with that glaze on the side. And that was probably a few years ago that I said, I need it. And you guys looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, dip the hot chips in the raisin glaze.
Yeah.
It's the play.
Yeah.
And I never brought you some, and I apologize.
Always the thought that counts. I appreciate it.
I guess I still could. Could I do it? I could do it for you. I saw Molly at lunch today, speaking of lunch.
I saw Molly chimed in earlier when we had Mike from LA on, Iron Mike, and asked, was it Adam Sandler on the phone? Said it sounded a little Adam Sandler-ish, but no, it was Mike.
Yeah.
It was clearly
It was Iron Mike. It definitely was Iron Mike.
There you go.
Hey, Clip.
Hey.
If you're looking to confidentially buy or sell a business here in Eastern North Carolina, you know who to call. Our friend Tony Corey.
So if I wanted to do a hostile takeover and sell Pirate Radio...
Yeah, you can call Tony. He called me. Yeah, that's probably how it works.
Okay.
Transworld Business Advisors, 347-9606. You can see them online, transworldeast.com. Learn more about businesses for sale here in North Carolina. If you want to sell a business or if you want to buy a business, that's what he specializes in. A lot of people don't know who to call when they want to get in business for themselves or sell their business. So Tony can help you with that. They've got over 150,000 pre-qualified buyers in their database alone, and they can help sell your business confidentially. So if you are in the market to sell a business or if you'd like to buy a business, give Tony Corey with Transworld Business Advisors a call, 347-9606, and he and his team of brokers will help you throughout Eastern North Carolina. Thanks to Tony Corey for his support.
We were talking about, Troy D, what we would do if we had a full-size cutout that we put in Minji's and then we get it after the season. Mike,
did you find out if Eric Ward could join us?
I asked if he was available. I've not heard back from him yet.
What is he doing?
I do not know.
Yeah.
He is apparently busy. Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, when Clip and Troy D call, you make yourself available, buddy.
That's true. Mike says I would put a full-size cutout of myself in random places around the house and scare my family. I like that idea, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Josh had another question, Troy D.
Yeah.
Hate to be that guy.
That guy,
But
that guy always means something negative's coming, right?
Negative guy. By the way.
Why is that guy always referred to as a negative guy?
Do you know so he used to always play the negative guy quote from Steve Spurrier.
Yeah.
Do you know the Pirate Radio connection to negative guy, the guy he's talking about?
Negative guy here wants to write. It was some media guy in Columbia.
Yeah.
No, was he a Pirate Radio alum?
He is the uncle of a Pirate Radio regular that's on every week.
Really?
Ronnie Woodward's uncle.
Really?
Is negative guy.
Yes. No kidding.
And I always forget.
Do we have that cut, Shirley, from Steve Spurrier?
You'll have to go back.
I'll still find it eventually, but I didn't know if you could find it quickly. That
next time
people will know what we're talking about if they don't know. But,
next time, and I don't know how much Ronnie wants to talk about it.
We're 1 degree of separation from negative guy.
That's right. We could probably get negative guy on the show.
Yeah,
actually,
is negative guy still being negative in the business?
I don't think so.
So he's out of the business, and now he's turned positive.
But anyway, that's Ronnie Woodward's relative.
How about that?
We'll ask him about it next time we're in together.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be positive.
Remind me of that.
To ask about negative guy.
I'll forget. I'm turning into Troy D. Like, I forget stuff.
I know.
Bad break management.
Yeah. You've really adopted my worst of my.
When you get in the host chair, there's a lot of plates spinning, as they say.
Correct. You do have a new appreciation of certainly some of the issues and challenges that I faced.
Yes. And just the way
I always told you when I used to back in the day when you did the sports bar, and then I would come on with Pirate Radio Live after you, and I would join you sometimes for like the last 10 minutes of sports bar. And what would I tell you? I always had more fun being your guest on the last 10 minutes I did hosting my own show.
My favorite Pirate Radio Live segment I ever did was Friday at 3 when I was a guest with Corey Glore. It was so easy.
Right.
Didn't have to do anything. Just chime in every now and then.
Isn't it fun? It's good to be
It was great. No pressure.
There's a lot of responsibility when you're driving.
All right.
And you're the host.
I don't know how we got here. This is another thing. You go off the rails sometimes, too. I'm doing that. Josh says, hate to be that guy. Negative guy.
We never even finished.
He says, when will they be cutting the refund checks from the football season ticket?
Well, that's an interesting question because ECU, now, we played 3 home games, right? Was it 3? We got 3 home games in? Or 4? Was it 4? I'm getting... Hold on. Let me check my calendar, my schedule here. How many home games did we...
The Pirates have not won a home game. I know that much. They played UCF.
Marshall and Norfolk State got postponed, so everything else got played. So we lost 2 home games.
So they're going to play 4.
They're going to play 4, but I guess the people that you have to credit those 2 games back. Is that what he means?
Yeah, and what if you wanted your refund for the entire season?
Well, they'll give it to you. I think you just call and they give it to you.
Already? That's what he's asking.
Yeah, Josh, I would say call the ticket office and I'm sure they'll credit your credit card.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive about that. What I don't know is people that bought tickets, the 3,500.
That stayed in.
Yeah. Do they prorate those 2 games?
Right.
I don't know. Hey, look, ask ECU ticket office if you have those questions. But I know.
Oh, like say you went, say, I'm going to stay in for next year. Do they take 2 off? Is that what you're saying? Or
yeah, if you bought tickets for this year, what about, well, you missed 2 games. They charge you per game for tickets. What about the 2 games you missed? Is there a credit on your account for next year?
Right.
Which there could be. You could roll it over.
Yeah.
But I think if you just did not get any tickets at all, they will give you your money back if that's what you want. Or you could use it as a credit for season tickets 2021, and then they're already paid for.
Yeah.
I heard Bailey trying to steal my thunder about the Duke game.
Now, what do you
basketball?
Steal your thunder.
Well, we brought Duke up last week.
Yeah.
When Corey Glore was here. It was the 7-year anniversary of us almost beating Duke at Cameron Indoor.
Is that an anniversary?
Well, it was the anniversary of me talking to Coach K.
There you go.
That was a pretty big deal.
The Troy D. Coach
you know
K
how hard it is? By the way, you've been it's one thing when you're at an ECU presser. When you're at Cameron Indoor at a basketball presser with Coach K, do you have any idea how hard it is to get a question in at all?
I've been to a Roy presser, and that's the only thing I can compare it to.
And I would have loved to talk to him. I had 3 or 4 questions. I can't bogart all the questions. I was just lucky to get 1 in. And I got 1 in, and he talked about ECU, and it ended up being a scheduling question, which is very apropos to what Bailey was talking about.
He wants ECU. He says ECU should schedule Duke on Wednesday.
Yes, I would love it.
Okay, that'd be great. But does ECU want to?
Well, Joe Dooley's probably saying, hell no. I'm already dealing with COVID, people. Now you're trying to make me get drilled by the Blue Devils?
I said if they play, give Bailey credit, but in fact, give me the credit because I had Bailey text Joe Dooley to try to get the ball rolling a little bit. So,
yeah.
We'll see if that happens.
Did he?
He texted him. I don't think he, just like Eric Ward with me, hadn't got a response yet.
Yeah.
What are they doing over at ECU? Are they busy?
Who knows?
Too busy to answer a text? I mean, come on.
They might be furloughed, Clip. Cut them some slack.
That's true. For people that don't know, ECU will not be traveling to Florida to play basketball this week.
Yeah, that kind of got lost in the shuffle over the weekend, but that's the season was supposed to start in a couple days. I guess it frees up their Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they'll be around here. And again, if they're healthy and able to play, there's a lot of teams in the area that play basketball around here, and until we get into conference season, we might see the pop-up games happen. Troy D.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Joe Dooley last week. We're going to get him in probably next week sometime on the show. So we'll talk to him about all the stuff going on and what a crazy year it could be and what it's off to already for basketball. And also, I've got word back that we will have Mike Oresco on very soon. I pushed it back to after the holidays because I figured this is a weird week, short week.
Are we still only doing Tulsa questions about the end of the game?
Clip, we're on the air still. Let's not.
That would be awesome.
Let's not show our cards right now.
4 weeks later.
Remember, the bait and switch was, it's basketball season. Let's talk basketball. Yeah. I have not forgotten, Pirate fans, about the Tulsa fiasco. But we will have Mike Oresco on probably sometime next. I don't know. We could have a big week next week.
Mike, great to have you on. Want to talk some hoops here. Have those officials been fired?
I want their names and badge number.
So that'd be good. Talk to the commission. Yeah. What a weird time for him, just like everybody else, trying to figure all this stuff out.
It is. And I'm a big Mike Oresco fan.
I like him too.
But I was very disappointed in how they handled the Tulsa situation.
Yeah, you wanted heads.
I wanted heads to roll. I did. I think people should have been fired for that. That's
right,
a fireable offense.
Yeah. Where have those guys been since then? I haven't followed. I don't know the answer to
and
that.
Were they fired? Maybe they were. I'd feel better about it.
Yeah.
Then he needs to let Pirate Nation know that.
What if bad refs just go into witness protection in other conferences and go and
that's why I said they need to be outed.
They change their names and start reffing Sunbelt
games. They can't be hired by the Sunbelt or someone else. I don't want them doing a high school game, Clip.
Yeah. What if you see one of them in Elm Street Park?
I talked to I'm not going to say his name. I talked to a well-known local
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
No, because there's a few of them.
Oh, that's true.
You don't know who I'm talking
What sport?
about.
Football or basketball?
I'm not
Okay.
going to. Let me just say.
All right, I got it narrowed down to two or
I talked
three.
to a guy that does this for a living. That's a referee. Okay, I'm not going to say where he lives or what sport he does, but he's very well respected.
I'm going to say where he lives. Well, yeah, we're not going to give out his home address.
Even he told me, this was off the air. I'm not going to say his name because he didn't give me permission to say this, but he said it was one of the worst things he had seen, like officiating wise. And now, but this is a fellow. Sometimes.
But what did he say should happen to him?
I didn't get into that. I just said, "What was your take on it?" Because it was terrible. It was one of the worst calls he's ever seen, and that was an official telling me that.
Yeah,
part of the official fraternity. They look after their own usually, or make excuses for him. This guy did not do that. So that's a good. That will be a follow-up question next time I see him.
What would you recommend?
What would you have done if you were the commissioner of the league?
Because everybody makes bad calls. That just happened to be 3 in a row at a very crucial point.
Yeah, and actually the guy that should really be fired is the replay official.
Correct.
He is the worst of them all. He has time to look at it, take his time, rewind it, look at every angle.
The officials on the field look worse, especially with the...
I will cut the officials on the field some slack. I really want the guy to be fired is the replay official.
Correct.
That is despicable.
Yeah.
And it should never happen.
Yeah.
If you can't do it right on replay, don't do replay.
And not to relive this whole damn thing again, but the fumble was called a fumble on the field. Yeah. It was reversed by the replay guy.
Correct.
The guys on the field actually got it right. So
yeah, that's right.
All right. They're reliving some of those scores. You want to talk about the Hail Mary and the UCF game from years ago? Next. Brutal stuff. Troy, how you feeling about the Pirates?
Why does there always seem to be like moments like this? Like there's like every season there's like one like you point to just a painful moment.
Sports, and it happens to everybody.
I know.
We're not alone.
Bad.
We're not alone. Pirates with an opportunity, Mike Houston an opportunity to get his best win as head coach on Saturday. How are you feeling on Monday?
If he wins?
How you feel about the game coming up?
Oh, I thought you meant like next Monday if he wins. You're talking about right now.
How do you feel right now about the game coming up Saturday?
I feel ECU has got its hands full.
Worried, concerned, nervous,
okay.
Troy.
On the scale.
Where are you on the scale?
Oh, I'm worried. I'm very worried.
I can't remember which one's that on the scale.
That is good. We did break it down one day. Worried, concerned, and nervous. I'm not nervous going into this game because we've played enough games and we kind of know what we have. And I'm not full-blown concerned yet. I may get concerned as we get closer to kickoff. I am worried, Clip.
Okay.
So it's kind of a green, yellow, red type of deal. I put it as a yellow right now. This
somewhere
is
in the middle.
A bright yellow. I'm very worried.
Okay.
And teetering on concerned. If we have a couple situations this week where we lose anybody or then it could be full blown concern.
We're gonna need to be fully stocked if we want to hang with SMU.
I mean they're a good team, and it was amazing how close the Pirates hung last year.
Yeah.
So as we've known, and as I've said before, anything's possible. And this is, I thought ECU would get killed at Tulsa. They should have won that game. I don't know if they'll get killed, but I think, what's the spread right now?
Only 11.5 last time I looked, which was low to me.
But this would be, what a great way to go in the offseason if they could find a way to knock this team off, because this would probably be the biggest quality win of Mike Houston's 2 years.
No probably about it. I mean, this is the only 2 losses they have are to Cincinnati and Tulsa.
Yeah.
We know how good they are.
It would be. So, and then you're going into the offseason with some momentum.
Yeah.
So, and even though this has kind of been a lost year in many ways, it's been a good, you could look at it, and I know people don't want to hear this, but a practice year almost for next year.
Still 11.5, Troy D, which again, I always do the guess the line, and before I looked it up, I was thinking 14.5, maybe a little more.
Yeah, I would put it at probably 16.
But they're coming here, 3,500 strong.
Yeah, now will we have 3,500 fans there?
We're talking about that off the air. I don't know. Ronnie asked, how many will we have if we were available to have the stands packed?
Like if COVID didn't exist, this game is always the weakest game of the year, attendance-wise.
Yeah.
We always struggle with a Thanksgiving weekend game. School is out. There's no students. So that hurts you in the boneyard. Usually the weather's terrible. I will say this. Looking ahead, I like to follow the forecast, Clip.
Because that is a key on how you feel about the game.
Weather definitely affects everything. Looks like it's going to be, we've been fortunate. Saturday, it's going to be cloudy skies, which actually is good for football if it's not too bright and sunny. Cloudy skies is good as long as there's no rain.
Okay.
High is 64. So for December, mid 60s,
I'll take it all day long.
All right.
So I think it's going to be great football weather Saturday.
Makes you a little less worried.
Correct.
About the game.
You're not going to have if it was cold and rainy, I'd be full-blown nervous then.
All right. That's good news.
What about you?
How do I feel about the game?
Yeah.
I would take SMU at this moment.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And really, to me, it comes back to the last few opportunities ECU has had to win a home game after having some momentum, a little confidence. Think about it. 2 times last year, it happened against South Florida here. And then remember that the last week, we were saying the same thing last week of the season last year when Tulsa came here. All right, win this game, get some momentum
It's
going
almost
to the
like they get a little too hyped up.
And it was a blowout.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, Tulane. What happened before the Tulane game, Troy D? Do you have that?
Yeah.
It was the performance at Tulsa.
Oh, Tulsa, you're right.
And we're feeling good about ourselves, right? And then we come home, Tulane wears us out. Now we get a road win, we come back home, and here we are again. A chance to kind of string together some success.
Yeah.
Back-to-back wins. And we just haven't been able to do that.
I saw the picture we put out there on our Twitter, social media feeds and Twitter. Mike Houston's looking a little jacked. Was he not swole?
He was.
No, I've seen him in person.
He had the sleeve.
But he had the sleeve rolled up. I was like, man, I didn't realize his arm was that big.
Yeah. Looking jacked.
I think he's kind of pissed off about what...
he doesn't care what Pat McAfee says.
I think that, that if you got Mike off the air and off the record, he don't want to be called the softest coach in America.
Well, that's true.
No, I think that probably pissed him off some.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I think it came off that way to people that don't know him. It's like he was complaining about it. We don't need to relive all that. But I think he kind of took offense to that. But he looks pretty jacked to me.
Yeah. So you think he's been hitting the weights a little harder since the comments?
Right. Like I heard someone say Pat McAfee's not going to say that to his face. I think he's right. It's just like a keyboard warrior. A lot of people will type stuff on a keyboard, but they would never say it to your face, Clip Brock.
Sure. We say a lot of things on this show that we wouldn't say to people's faces. Let's be honest. all the people you said suck over the years, would you say it to their face?
Like who? Give me an example.
Mitch Trubisky.
Well, that's different.
How's it different?
I thought
you're a media guy.
I thought you were talking about people here, like at ECU. Like Cecil Staten. Yes, I tell him he sucks to his face.
Okay, well, I'm talking about somebody in the sports world, like
Mitch Trubisky. Have I said he sucks? Mitch Trubisky?
Have you said he sucks? Are you kidding me?
Of course he sucks.
Yeah.
You're right. I probably wouldn't say it to his face.
Just out of common
Mitch
courtesy.
Mitch is a nice guy.
Out of common courtesy,
I have
right?
said that, too.
Yeah.
I think he is one of the nicest guys around. He's he's very likable. As a person, he's a great person. I think he doesn't suck as a person.
I know that.
But because some of these people suck as people, not as players.
Yeah.
You got to delineate where the suckage is, Clip. With him, he sucks as a quarterback, but he's a great person.
Shirley, I know we need to take a break, but we are in a very important conversation right now.
This is the type of stuff that kids need in virtual school. They're not teaching, Clip.
Mm-hmm.
The nuances of how you suck.
Right.
Because when you say that, it's not a blanket statement. You're referring to someone's job performance.
And by the way, and give us the break music, Shirley. Stop staring at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
I'm supposed to be giving away something else right now.
Crap.
Booty bag 2.
You're right.
You can double down tomorrow.
All right. Let's open
No, I'm going to give it away 3
Open up
tomorrow.
the booty bag. Open up the booty. We can't quadruple tomorrow.
All right, do it. We're doubling down on the booty. What's in the booty bag now?
Large 2-topping pizza from Domino's.
Sweet.
I got a cheer. Never mind.
You're all right. Did you just have a stroke?
I just had a moment.
What happened?
Large 2-topping pizza, Domino's.
What were you going to say?
I can't remember.
Can you tell me the break?
Yeah.
All right.
Take a time out. Come back. More to go after this.
This Black Friday, take a break from the hustle and bustle with Jersey Mike's. It's a big shopping day, as we all know. And when you're out and about, think of Jersey Mike's for a quick lunch or dinner. Or, if you're stuck at work or in the office, consider a Jersey Mike's catering box for your team or coworkers. Jersey Mike's has 5 convenient locations serving the Greenville area. Open daily 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Everybody likes Jersey Mike's.
Everybody likes Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's. Hey, Pirate Nation, this is former ECU tight end Bryce Williams from my friends at the Auto Store Group. If you're in the market for a quality used vehicle, then the Auto Store Group is for you. The Auto Store Group has 3 locations and over 150 quality used vehicles to choose from for all budgets. Shop their entire inventory today at theautostoregroup.com. And remember, every purchase comes with a free bucket of fun. The Auto Store Group, your hometown store, and Pirate owned and operated for over 38 years. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
While other folks come and go, Greenville Pool & Supply has been your local pool store in Greenville and Eastern North Carolina for over 40 years. Are you finding yourself spending more time at home than ever before? If so, turn your backyard into a vacation destination. Greenville Pool has pools for any size backyard. Choose from the very popular fiberglass, classic vinyl, or custom concrete. If you order your pool now, it could be in by this spring. If you're ready for a pool, contact the pros at Greenville Pool & Supply.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. A big question, will the fans come back? I'll have some thoughts after this.
This football season, prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports watching drink of all time, Pepsi. Designed to power even the most passionate of armchair quarterbacks, Pepsi has everything you need to start strong, keep you in the zone, and recover from those triumphant wins.
Before I was just your average football fan, but thanks to Pepsi, I'm a football watching MVP. Nothing can stop me from cheering my team on to victory or overreacting when the ref makes a bad call. What do you mean he wasn't in? That looks like 2 feet to me.
With refreshing deliciousness specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness to help you power through game day, Pepsi is the premier football watching beverage.
I used to care when Mike cheered so hard he spilled nacho cheese on my carpet or wiped buffalo sauce on my new couch. But thanks to Pepsi, I'm so in the zone, even Mike can't ruin my football party. See? Don't even care.
So this football season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink made for football watching. Pepsi, that's what I like.
The pandemic will end at some point. We just don't know when. Life is not going to be like this forever, although it is going to change. It's tough watching all these football games played in empty stadiums. My fear is people are finding other things to do. I have said for years, way before COVID-19, that we are going to kill the goose who laid the golden egg. Ridiculous coaching salaries and contracts, money paid to inflated athletic department staffs, millions spent on facilities, people holding the purse strings were spending money like drunken sailors. It all had to end at some point. And like always, the consumer had to pay. But does the consumer still want to pay? The internet is a great thing. There are no secrets anymore. People know what the deal is. Will they continue to support sports enterprises? My guess is yes, but only at some level. COVID has changed everything, including the way we look at sports. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit Inside the Booth.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Atlantic Wireless, your local authorized U.S. cellular agent. Atlantic Wireless now offers home internet service. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find a store near you. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a good day for the stock market today. The Dow was up 327 points and closed at 29,591. The NASDAQ was up 25 at 11,880. And the S&P was ahead 20 at 3,577. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And congratulations to Kathy Matthews of Ahoskie, North Carolina. She picked up a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Every day, all 3-topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry-out only. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, that was a classic Troy D hour of radio. I got all these cuts I put together, Troy.
Oh, man, I'm sorry about that.
We talked before the show, hey, do you need to get some more stuff? And we didn't run any cuts. We're over time. I mean, it's perfect.
And it's a short week. So this is it. That
was a great show.
Yeah, well, Thursday we're going to have 3 NFL games for you.
Yeah.
We'll have all the NFL games on radio. We're going to give our crew a day off Friday. We'll have all the national programming on. We'll be back game day
We'll
Saturday.
talk to you Saturday.
Yeah, I'll talk to you Saturday from the stadium. So we'll be here through Wednesday. I figured you were going to ask me, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side or something? Classic Clip Brock question.
New question for this year. If you could add one thing to the Thanksgiving table, what would it be? Any food?
Ooh, I don't know. I wouldn't add anything. I was so focused on what's my favorite side. I had stuffing and
I'm changing it up this year.
I had the green beans with the onions on top. The fried
green bean casserole.
Yeah, with the fried onions on top. Yeah. And I love to go heavy on the onions. Okay. I'm the guy that kind of scoops a lot of the onions off and has fewer green beans.
All right.
Just for full disclosure.
Shirley, you ready for us to go?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. You can use Houston tomorrow, can't you?
Sure. Yeah.
You ain't go anywhere.
See you Tuesday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live.